Hello, 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 everybody. What's up? Hello, 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 everybody. What's up? We are in the first day of ESI 2019, End of Semester Invitational. I am Simon Julie Garnase, and joining me today is Mr. Kenneth Alog. Hey Ken, what's up?
Hello, what's up, guys? I'm a washed-up player. Time
Oh
to
god.
cast Maya versus Box. We're again. It's the management engineering people versus the life science people.
Ooh, it's a typical narrative of Sose versus Som. We'll see how it goes, but okay, let's talk about the bands.
And I think this Jarvan's ban is targeted toward Imperia, who's the jungler for Box right now. They're not currently assigned by role, but we're just going to fix that as we go.
All right, so looking at the bands so far, Maya here is focusing more on early game champions like Renekton and Jarvan.
And I think this Oriana's targeted toward MSY, who is one of the LG players in this game right now.
Fun fact, there are actually three LG players on the other side, as you can see. Box has LG Imperia, LG Eclair, and then
I think you
Big
should
G.
stop hovering the cursor, by the way.
Alright, that's my bad.
All right, and those are two bans toward Imperia, Nocturne and Jarvan taken out the table. I wonder what Box is actually going to ban here for Maya because they have two mid laners, if I recall correctly. Paper Cups is known to be a Xerath main for mid and support, and MSY, who we know as Mark, actually plays a lot of Syndra and a bunch of other mid laners. And Box decides to ban Anjo's Vayne here. So we're going to see what Mayo will first pick in this game.
Ooh, the Kaisa first pick. In Worlds 2019, Kaisa and Saya were actually the most picked AD carries in the tournament, so Kai'Sa's a pretty strong champion that's pretty unbalanced, so we'll see how Mei is gonna utilize this champion later on in the game. It looks like Imperia's hovering over Shaco. Oh, they actually picked the Shaco and Sivir. Okay, very interesting choices here.
This is potentially the bot lane for Box right now. I wonder if Imperia would play the Shaco, but right now Shaco support is really strong, and I think this will go to Carlos Whisper or Imperia. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, AP Shaco is actually pretty busted right now, according to high elo players in North America. And Maya's gonna lock in Nautilus here for their support. Oh wait, actually, it could be a flex pick because in Worlds, Doinb actually popularized Nautilus mid. So we'll see. This is actually a good pick from them to flex their Nautilus pick. Aside because Box also can flex their Shaco pick to the jungle side.
And that's a Mordekaiser locked in. I'm actually not sure on who's the top laner for Maya, but I am assuming that this Mordekaiser will go to the top lane, and I wonder what Eclair would play against this Mordekaiser right now. And the
Okay,
Vladimir hover.
I see this actually. I'm not sure if that's the best pick because Mordekaiser's ult actually counters Vladimir specifically because Vladimir wants to go ham on the entire team. So if he's locked in 1v1 versus the Mordekaiser, Vladimir can't actually do much. So uh, it'll be up to how their top laner plays later, but for now, that's something they should always be reminded of in the mid to late game.
And we see a Syndra ban here targeted toward MSY. Uh, solo laners. There's solo lane is not yet uh confirmed for Box, but Vladimir might be going top or mid. It's most likely for the top lane against the Mordekaiser. But since, as you mentioned, the Mordekaiser counters the Vladimir specifically, I wonder if they're going to put it there.
I see they banned Zed for to target Big G here, who's probably gonna go mid lane. Uh, there have been about three, four, maybe five mid lane bans, if you consider Nocturne. mid, an actual mid laner.
And a Serath ban, and there goes Paper Cups as Serath. I wonder how they're going to adjust to this since it's his most played champion in solo queue.
Okay, let's see who the last ban for May is gonna pick here. They're taking their time, waiting for the last second. Oh, I see the Rise actually is a good ban against Big G, who's played it before, I believe. Oh, wait a second. Is this
And
Trundle?
it's probably Jungle Trundle. Imperia has been playing a lot of Trundle recently.
I see, but it's very interesting because Trundle's not exactly in the meta anymore, but we'll see if he'll go with the typical Predator or PTA build here,
And I think this just confirms that Shaco might actually go support unless it's a Trundle support.
which is actually still possible. I see, so it's even more confusing now what May is trying to do with Nautilus and Veigar because both of these champions can go mid and support. We'll see with their final lock-in. We'll probably be able to get a big picture of uh, how they're going to play this game based on their jungler. Wait, wait a second. Wait,
Okay,
oh
I'm getting
my god.
confused right now.
I'm confused. I'm
So is this
honestly
a
so
Jungle
confused.
Nautilus right we have here right now?
I have heard of rumors about Jungle Nautilus. I mean, he has a lot of a lot of CC, a decent AoE clear. So, okay, so last lock in here for Box is the Kale. So if you can see, Box's team comp actually focuses so heavily on the late game with Kale, Sivir, and Vladimir as three late game threats.
And we see Maya also wants to do the same thing with the Veigar and Kaisa picks, but I don't think the Mordekaiser can keep up in the late game compared to what Box has set up against them.
Yeah, and I think in the early to mid game, for sure, May is going to have the upper hand here because they have so much CC actually from Veigar and Nautilus, and even Kaisa going in with the Lulu ult possibly. So we'll see if Box can weather the storm early game because they don't really have that much CC. Actually, they really don't have CC in their comp aside from Shaco and like Trundle Pillar, but that's about it. So let's just talk more about the game while waiting for the spectator delay.
I just wanted to talk about Box's comp here, just because that they do have the hunt on the Sivir. I think they can make sudden engages with the Trundle Pillar and the Sivir ultimate, but it will be really hard since there is Veigar on Maya's side, and it might be really hard for them to just try to get on the Kaisa, even with there's a Lulu on their side.
Yeah, actually, the Lulu's going to be a problem for the Vladimir here because with Polymorph, the Vladimir is going to be out of commission for like 2-3 seconds in combat. So that's going to be uh, a, an important time where Maya can strike back.
All right, there's not really much we can say about these comps, but I'm really excited for this game. Just looking at their solo queue accounts, these two teams have the highest ranks among our participants in our tournament right now. But I really think that they could throw a curveball with the other teams in this tournament, and just seeing that these two powerhouses are already fighting in the first game of our tournament is just exciting to see.
I see. So who do you think is going to be the star player of this match, Mr. Alog?
I just want to see the Shaco pop off here, honestly.
So this is Shaco support, right?
Yes, it is most likely a Shaco support. It's interesting that he's going for Flash. I'm actually not sure Shaco supports go Ignite Exhaust, which is like a very nice advantage in lane, but he's gonna go for that more of that mobility here against that Lulu. But I have not seen a Shaco in a while. You can see the solo queue. It's really annoying, but with the standard bot lane for Maya, we'll just see what happens since it's Sivir versus Kaisa.
That's true. I mean, if we look at their comps again, Trundle early is stronger than Nautilus, and maybe in the mid game, Trundle can negate Nautilus tankiness, but uh, I feel like Maya will have a difficult time in the early game. I mean, I think actually, never mind. They're probably just going to farm throughout the early game, unless LG Imperia here does something in the early game. All right, so we're 5 seconds away from starting the game. So,
Don't be too excited. There's still
whew,
a loading screen, my guy.
ah, right, right. That's fun. Oh
All right,
God.
let's just wait for that
Just
before it
wait for it to
starts.
pop up, then we'll quickly transition to the game.
And as we load into the loading screen here, there's actually it's an Arcane Comet Shaco, and I think that's a standard for Shaco support now.
Okay, so the game hasn't started yet from the spectator. Oh, there it is. So we've started the game.
And I think we're
Okay,
just going to
so
have a pause here right now. Julie, you should fix the overlays and the objective timers.
all right, all right.
And try to open the scoreboard and then
There you
fix
go. Got it, got it.
fix the roles. Fix the roles
Okay,
since
okay. Fix the roles manually. This is bootleg esports, everybody.
I guess it's a two-man stream right now. Even the overlays are made by us, so well,
All
no, not
right.
really. We've used some templates, so
Okay, so let's see what these teams are going to plan in the early game. Okay, so both teams look like they're a bit split, with the top trio just going for the hard invade here.
30 seconds until
and I
minions
think their
spawn.
spot is actually here, so MSY actually gets a hit with the Q there,
The early stack.
and they actually get to place a ward on there. Things go down toward the Maya bot side jungle, and I think they were able to figure out there's a box, a Shaco box right over
Minions have
there.
spawned.
Oh wow, it actually triggered Frostfang already, so that's 11 gold. That's so much gold, actually. So Lulu actually got chunked quite a bit with the box there, so we'll see if that actually amounts to anything in the early game. Alright, so
This
Nautilus going red start here. Both junglers just starting the same route.
you can see here it's just the standard start for that Nautilus and that Trundle. They're both going for the Krugs after their red buff.
Yeah, because Krug gives a lot of XP in the current patch, so the lanes right now look pretty even. No one's really going too ham. Still 2 minutes. Shaco being annoying with his boxes. Oh, but look at the pings here. Not is Nautilus pinging?
I
Oh
don't think
no,
he was
actually.
right for that attack, actually.
Oh, okay. Maya here going for the hard early, but it looks like they're getting the short end of that trade. Oh,
We just see here two top laners farming it out. I'm actually excited to see if this is going to be an island or is the Trundle and Nautilus going to try something in the top lane.
Alright, so it looks like both junglers are just doing the same standard route. Clear the red side, then just go to their camps. Oh, but I think Nautilus is trying to put vision here. So that's actually a wasted ward because Trundle's already bot side. We'll see if they actually saw Trundle proc the vision plant there, and that'll give information. Alright, so Nautilus looking for the early gank here, but the Vladimir with face rush just walks out scot-free.
It's actually a pretty awkward gank by that Nautilus since the wave is actually pushing toward Eclair there, and he has the CS lead, so the Vladimir right now is just farming pretty safely and getting all the CS that he needs in this early game.
Meanwhile, LG Imperia has actually started getting a farm lead for himself on this Trundle with 2 camps taken, and this is really the advantage of having Trundle because he's such a fast clearer compared to Nautilus. So Nautilus is looking for another gank here, but the Waves is in such a bad position, so I don't think he's actually going to be able to do anything here.
I think Box was able to ping that Nautilus was there and they just recognized, and Big G plays safe here on his scale.
Oh,
The Event Horizon comes down and he doesn't get stunned. That was a pretty awkward spot there. And that's basically wasted time for the Nautilus, and the Trundle will just keep getting an XP lead here.
oh, but there's one pretty sad thing I noticed here. Look at Imperius build with the Ruby Crystal. Is he planning to go Cinderhulk? That is not a Chad build.
And he's probably going for this tank Trundle build, and especially that he can just subjugate all the Nautilus's stats later on, and he'll really be tanky. But there is a tank buster in Kaisa and Veigar later on, and probably the Mordekaiser will just build Liandry's Torment, and they can probably just shave him down later on.
True, I think what Box needs to do here is probably start an early lead with the Trundle, because I feel like Trundle later on will have a lower impact than the Nautilus. Oh, we have a gank here.
Tiller comes down, and the flash from Muffin Man on his Mordekaiser, and he gets the run out safely. The Vladimir has so much CS up, and I think the wave is in his favor, or I think he's just going to try to push it towards his Mordekaiser so that he can safely back.
See, so Eclair has already gotten his level 6, and on a flashless Mordekaiser, that's actually pretty bad.
And first blood goes to Box and LG Eclair. That 400 gold in the Vladimir. He can get so much stats already. I think he can go for a Fiendish Codex here if he chooses to.
The wave here is pretty poorly positioned, but it doesn't matter because Mordekaiser has TP anyway, so...
There's a blasting one by from Mordekaiser, and there goes a Fiendish Codex and a Kindle Gem. That's 20% CDR for Eclair's Vladimir right now. And I don't think this is what you want to see from a Vladimir at this point in the game. He's ahead, even with the CS lead.
Vladimir's basically going to be unkillable in lane now. Great. So
And
we
Box
see
bot lane here is just trying to push the wave. They trying to get a good back timing, but as you can see, Maya is going to the bot side, but the Shaco boxes just stop that gank.
That's actually such a waste of time here for Maya, which is very unfortunate. But surprisingly, oh wow, an overstep.
Boxes, and I think Anjo, oh, he's not dead! Lulu
The
shield!
clutch Lulu shield.
And Anjo stays alive! And we can see Big G here just harassing MSY. He stays inside that Event Horizon. He doesn't get hit by anything aside from that Glacial Augmented Autos. And I think he just got a slice sack there. I'm actually not sure, but I'm pretty sure the Kale's ahead in gold. Let me check that in a bit and how much Kleptomancy gold he has gotten. The Kale currently has 150 Kleptomancy gold. And apart from that, they're pretty even in CS. No, never mind.
So actually, because of the farm lead here that these laners have accrued slowly, there's actually like a 1k gold lead already for uh, Box. And Trundle is actually heading back to the top lane again.
And that's Death Realm used on the Trundle. Let's see if Muffin Man can actually survive this. I think the Trundle will beat him up. And Eclair gets that kill. It has 2 kills for the Vladimir. He currently has 1,000 gold and 1,000 gold lead on top against the Mordekaiser. He's just pretty much far ahead at this point.
Yeah, that's actually pretty bad for Maya here, because but that wait, actually, no, that's actually pretty okay, because as long as Mord ults the Vladimir to sacrifice himself, Vlad's going to be out of the team fight for a good amount of time. So, but still, a fed Vladimir is still a fed Vladimir. So we'll see how
He's
it.
gonna get he's gonna get platings on that top side of the map. It looks like an insult to injury at this point. And he has a 1-3 gold lead right now.
Okay, let's take a look at the gold difference again. Alright, so actually a lot of this gold lead is on LG Eclair on the Vladimir, who is like about 1-3, 1-2 gold ahead of his lane opponent. Oh,
Anjo uses the ulti there. They don't get a kill on the Carlos Whisper, but yeah, it's pretty much nothing that will happen there. Trades are going on in the top lane. The wave is
oh,
basically even at this point. Oh,
wow, he dodged pretty much everything. Let's see how many stacks this Veigar has already. 69 ability power, not bad, not bad. But he's going to need more than just ability power to turn around this game.
we'll just have to wait what the 80 carries will build. I think Anjo is going to go for a Storm Razor here, looking at his item components right now. And Lucifer here will probably go for an Essence Reaver. And he currently has a good CS lead against that Kaisa.
Uh, Kaisa going Storm Razor will definitely give her an earlier power spike, but given the game state right now, I don't think she needs it. So maybe it would have been better if she just went Muramana for the flap damage it gives you in the later stages of the game.
And a GLP completed for MSY. We'll see as those slows will help him set up his event horizon. Maya is attempting the Rift Herald here, and I think Box is unaware that this is happening. They don't have vision there, and even if Eclair is ahead, they didn't put any wards on toward there.
Actually, that's pretty free for Maya, and it's pretty surprising because they only get an Ocean Drake in exchange for that.
And honestly, I think the Ocean Drake is not as valuable on Box's side just because they have the Vladimir. And you can see Eclair here trying to trade with this Mordekaiser, and I think Muffin Man just got chunked with that 1Q. He goes for that Hemo Flame, dives under turret, goes for that. I think he's dead here. And that's a Q of flashes by Muffin Man.
That's a late flash from Mr. Muffin Man.
Oh!
Ooh,
Okay, that Nautilus didn't even try to
outsmited.
smite there, and Big G gets a kill.
Okay.
MSY survives. Box goes for Anjo, but I don't think they can kill him, just because that Lulu. Okay, this is pretty sad to watch. And then Big G gets the kill on Anjo. Will they try to go for Paper Cups? That Glitter Lance is so annoying. I think they're just gonna get him at this point. Yep. Oh, that's a pretty awkward. Oh, oh my god. That pillar just blocked Imperia from trying to get any damage to that Lulu.
Alright, overall a pretty good trade for Box here in general, with the Kale getting 2 kills out of it actually.
And
That'll
this is
just
3-0
further her power
Vladimir, dude.
spike. Interesting to note, LG Claire was the former support. Oh,
Okay,
wait
we
up.
have a pause
We have a
there.
pause.
You can go with that you can go with that fun fact first as we find out what is going on with these teams right now.
LG Eclair and LG Imperia here were both the bottom lane for the previous roster of LG Esports, and to see them now in their org playing the top jungle duo is pretty reminiscent of their duoing times back in the day.
Back in the day, they were actually that high school roster that challenged tried to challenge Azure Eagles, the former collegiate team for the Ateneo, for their spot in the LCL. I think they were quite close to getting that, but here they are back on the top and jungle positions, just like they did before.
Alright, so farm lead. There's 30 farm for Vladimir up top, and there's about 10 in the mid lane, and it's practically back even now for the bottom lane. So they have a 4k gold lead actually. Box here amassing a decent amount of gold from plating, skills, and farm.
The Event Horizon goes down for MSY. He just tries to harass with this Kale, and he really can't try to burst him down just because the Kale ultimate is still up.
Even so, he built Hextech GLP first, so that means he's going to have less than. Oh, look at the mid lane.
3-2 will try to conversion to Veigar, and Veigar just dies to Kale's Radiant Flash there. 3 kills for the Kale.
And the skill's already level
Imperia
11.
subjugates this Nautilus and tries to duel them, and I think the Nautilus can just get out of here unless they try to dive him.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to kill that. Oh wait.
Never mind.
Alright. Imperia here with this BM.
I think it's just a free mid turret for Box here, but Kale has no AD as much here. Only a Gunblade. Let's see if he can actually take it down. There's
Maybe with the
5k
help.
gold lead. Yeah. There's a 5k gold lead for Box right now, and they're all unscaling champions. This is pretty sad to watch. Morello Nomicon completed for that Mordekaiser. I don't think it's gonna do anything at this point, trying to reduce the Vladimir's healing because he's just massive right now.
And even so, completing Morello Nomicon earlier on is a pretty sub-efficient gold choice. As Elm Korean caster would have said.
Are you talking about LS?
Yes, LS. Yeah, I forgot his name
Talking
for a
about
second.
LS, the Morello Nomicon first item. I think it's valid in this situation, but he's too far
Too
behind.
far behind.
Mark tries to Event Horizon Imperia right now. Oh, a 1v1 is happening in top lane. Death Realm.
Wait, he's actually. Oh! He's actually
Obliterate,
getting
pacifies
somewhere.
Mordekaiser. We'll see. Claire goes to pool here.
Oh!
I
That's
think
that.
Muffin Man can actually kill if Obliterate is up in a bit, and he gets a solo kill
He
on
gets the
Claire.
solo kill. Wow. I think what happened there is just Eclair just went for
Anjo
the
goes for the
tower.
ulti, goes for the flashes. Anjo gets that Sivir, and the Shaco is trying to kill the Kaiser right now. Nice flash from Anjo.
Let's
And
see
I
if they
wonder
bait this
can-
out.
Oh, are they gonna turn? There's actually a Shaco box on their position right now. There's a TP from Big G coming out, and I think Box can just turn this around. The Nautilus gets executed by that Pale E. MSY tries to put an Event Horizon, but there's not much that he can do.
And with dragon spawning right now, I mean it's an ocean, but it's still a free dragon for Box's side if they choose to take it.
I think Double Ocean is relatively strong compared to it just being solo, obviously, but now, alright, Carlos Whisper just gets out safely from that Kaisa E, and there's a TP coming out from the Sivir.
Oh, Imperia setting up a trap, and Mark goes for the safer route.
And
Oh,
Imperia tries to go on Mark, and I think, okay, alright,
oh,
pretty safe, and Mordekaiser E misses on that Trundle,
almost predicted the flash there.
and Pinks go down to that Ocean Drake, and I think Box will just get this for free. There's no contest here.
Well, things have started looking a bit better for Maya there, but it's still pretty grim with about a 5k gold lead. Still the same as when we talked about 3 minutes, 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that 5k gold lead right now on all late game champions. This Kale once she gets the recall, I think that's a Gnasher's Tooth already completed. For Big G, a needlessly large rod bought for Eclair, and he might go for a Rabadon's Death Cap or a Spellbinder. Once those are completed, he can just basically obliterate uh, Maya's team. But we'll just see if this Kaisa and Vagar can stall out the game for them to get to that late game point. But Boxes has a similar team comp, and they could just obliterate later in the late game.
But we still can't forget that Maya actually has a pretty heavy pick comp in the mid game. So with Nautilus and Vagar, if they can like get a few key picks, especially on the Kale with the 650 gold bounty. Wait, this Nautilus is actually attacking pretty fast. Does he have attack speed runes?
He probably does. I think most, even Nautilus in lane actually takes attack speed runes.
I see. That's like
Actually,
one
I'm
of
not
the
sure about
first
Void Beam
times.
still though. But yeah, we haven't seen a Nautilus jungle in a while, and we see MSY and RPG's Nautilus going to the top side. I don't think Box spots that, but Imperia's ready to counter gang on whatever Maya's about to throw into Box.
Oh. Oh, I think this is going to be a 2v3 here. They're gonna get baited.
Subjugate goes toward that Trundle, and oh, the hook lands on Eclair.
But I don't think they have enough damage.
Killed here. Oh, the flash, and MSY
Oh!
wasn't able to hit that Q onto Imperia, and he gets out alive. Eclair just hanging in that event horizon. There's nothing much happens there, but Maya actually throws a lot of their resources onto the top side of the map, and they literally didn't get anything. And I think we're about to get a pause here. I'm not sure what's going on with them. Earlier, the pause happened because they're playing a Tektite right now, and I think the monitors just died on them.
But now
And
they're
I wonder,
saying it's out of balance.
is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see it. I see the chat. But alright, I don't think you should keep the chat out.
My bad, my bad.
But okay, I guess for this pause, let's just see how far ahead Box is right now. Do you think Maya can get a comeback here? Because I just think that even without CC, they can just get a lot done with that Sivir ultimate later on if they choose to fight as a full 5. But I think Box is just doing really well with just setting up skirmishes with their team comp.
Yeah, I think it's still not lost for Maya. I mean, if they somehow get the Kale bounty onto the Kaisa, that would actually pretty good in speeding up her late game build. And with Lulu especially, Kaisa will be pretty safe, but to be fair, Vladimir's ult will probably just burn through Kaisa's HP bar and Lulu's ult and shield. Then
And we can see the players here saying G in the all chat. I think the game was about to start in a bit. We're just going to see.
alright, so we're back. So it looks like here that Box is actually playing more cohesive as a unit, and maybe that's partially because 3 of their players have already been playing since before.
And Lucifer procs on the hunt there. Anja goes in. I think he can kill Sivir here.
Ooh.
This Shaco can't do much compared to the what Paper Cup is bringing out on this Lulu.
So
And that's
the,
0-3 Sivir right now.
the moment Sivir turned on her spell shield, they immediately went for the kill. And Anjo here's on a killing spree. This is what I was talking about. If the Kaisa gets a good lead, maybe he can still find a way to 1v9 the entire game.
That's possible, but we can see Eclair here going for MSY. The MSY is just dead here, and Big G is unstoppable. 5-0 in the KO.
He really does attack so fast.
I don't know what's going on here. Imperia gets caught by that Mordekaiser E, a Death Realm, proc with that Trundle. I think Vladimir would just go for that Lulu, but not as much done there. Aftershock proc on the Nautilus, and then it doesn't get damaged by that Vladimir Q. Mayo finally gets their first turret of the game. And I think Kaisa has a Rage Blade once she recalls. They could play around that power spike to try to get back into the game, but there's just way more Fed members in box, and I think Maya just has to try and pick good fights with whatever they have.
That's true, and with a 1.6k gold lead with the Kaisa here, that's going to be really important for Maya to try and come back into this game. Even with a 1.6k gold lead, actually, Box is still 5k ahead, so it looks
true. It hasn't changed as much, and Anjo tries to get a kill to Karud's Whisper here. Anjo ults to Sivir, and Sivir has to use her flash to get the safety.
So another uneventful skirmish here in the bot lane, as we've seen in both sides of the map, top and bot. The next fight around the next dragon, perhaps, or Baron, will be the deciding factor for this game.
I think in the state of this game also that Shaco is basically less annoying now, since they don't have to walk through his boxes through the lanes. He has to strategically place his boxes for him to be that annoying jester, but I don't think, compared to Lulu, the Lulu just has way more utility.
That is true, and especially with Lulu's shield, the polymorph, basically rendering one champion useless for quite a bit of time. So if they play it right with Lulu's polymorph, they can actually negate a bit of the gold lead for 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think just hands off Mark, the blue.
Well, it's actually pretty bad because Anjo, their carry. Wait. Alright. Anjo was caught out, so he got chunked pretty heavily, and I don't think Maya can contest this dragon anymore.
Phantom Dancer completed for the Sivir. She's not gonna get bursted. She still has that utility. But I'm curious as to see if Maya will try to contest this Windrake.
Box here looks pretty afraid to start it. They're respecting their opponent pretty hard. Even with a decent...
Well, let's see if MSY can actually get that. Nice try, but Imperia smites that away. That Kaisa W actually hurts.
Even without Muramana, so...
What is this pickaxe of Kaisa going to actually?
I think he's actually going for the IE.
Oh, that's true. And this is a crit Kaisa we have here. Compared to that Muramana that most people go for. I think that was meant to have a spike earlier on in the game, but I don't see any reason why you should build Stormrazers right now on Kaisa.
Well, maybe actually the Kaisa got his lead, her lead early with the help of Stormrazers, so... But still, I think the build path here going IE next for the Kaisa is pretty smart, since Lulu's going to be providing a decent amount of the attack speed with the W.
And the Lulu, as you can see here, she's going for this Ardent Sensor, and I hope that can buff up that Kaisa for Maya if they want to try to strike a comeback. A Trundle Pillar goes down. Imperia tries to fight Muffin Man right now. Nautilus is right over here.
Actually
Gets
spot
hit
the
by a
Vladimir.
hook. As we can see, I don't think Muffin Man will try to use the Death Drop. He flashes, and Imperia also flashes. Big G, heavy damage in that Veigar. Eclair gets that kill, and that's just a trade of the mid laner for Box.
It looks
And
like...
I think they're going for this Baron, right?
Yeah, they're definitely going to try. I don't think Maya knows they're actually starting it up. And with Sivir and a fed Kale with Rage Blade, look, it's melting pretty fast.
And that's a Baron Nashor going to box right now. And I think the Kale is level 16
16
right now.
already?
And she's now in that state of the game. Nashor's and Rage Blade with Nashor's and Rage Blade. I think she'll just obliterate this Maya team. I think they're just too far behind right now to do anything.
I mean, if you remember IG versus FunPlus and look at what the Shy did on Kale.
But that's the Shy.
No, he threw the game for them.
All right, okay. About that
Remember?
game, I don't. I wonder if Big G would do something similar, but they're really so far ahead right now. Oh, and Anjo goes for the Shaco, but
But he
that
can't
Envy
see him.
just saves this Jester.
Yeah, but as the game goes on, this Shaco's gonna fall off quite hard. And
He actually
since
goes for this Comet, dude.
yeah, and since he doesn't have the slows, he's not going to be able to proc the boxes as much as he did in the early game. So look at Imperia pinging the teleports here, so they're probably just going to go for like a 1-1-3 setup.
And yeah, was Vladimir assigned to that top lane. The Sever is probably gonna go bot side, and the Scale it's just it's a standard 1-1-3 here. I hope Anja doesn't just run to this Sever and try to kill her with that Trundle waiting in the wings.
Let's see if they can actually take out the Kaisa here. The slow is pretty
Take
massive.
an ulti is done, ulti proc, and Anjo has to flash towards safety. Mordekaiser pulls that Trundle. There's really not much that they can do. I think they're just going to try to siege this turret, but meanwhile, look at top lane. I think that wave is just already there, and Kale is near that inhibitor turret as well. I think they're just going to have a textbook end here. That's a 9k gold lead for Box right now.
Yeah, with a 9k gold lead and 3 pushing lanes. Let's see if Box can actually take some inhibitors here.
And yeah,
Oh,
that's a Hemo Plague proc with a Mordekaiser, and that Muffin Man is
wow.
just dead.
He just dove him under turret.
Big G just destroys that mid lane turret so fast. I think that's a free inhibitor at this point.
Andrew here trying really hard to put as much damage as he can, but it just looks really hard with a Trundle slowing you down for so much. Oh, I think that's going to be a free kill. Oh, he doesn't have. Oh
Oh,
wow,
the box!
the
Actually
Shaco
got that.
box.
But that's 2 inhibs down for Mayor right now.
They're focusing so much on their bot lane that their mid and top are actually already broken in. And I think they're just going to try and end the game here. Oh wait,
Yeah,
they're looking to flank the bot lane.
Oh! I think they're just dead here at
Here
this
comes
point.
the Fed
And a Proto Belt
Vladimir.
kills that Lulu. A Q taken on Anjo, and I think Boss can just end the game here. Super minions coming into their base. Another inhibitor down for Box, and probably just gonna go for the end.
Claire still has his teleport and actually just bought his Zonia, so they could actually really stall and just get the minions and end the game.
I don't think MSY and Muffin Man can do much here, and Claire is actually going for MSY right now. Nexus turret destroyed. They're all hitting the Nexus now, trying to maybe get one more kill at Muffin Man. Eclair is unstoppable, and first game of ESI goes to Box. Wow, that was actually more. That seemed like super one-sided game.
Yeah, I thought it would be more interactive, but in the end, the Nautilus didn't get to pull off the ganks that he needed to do in order to actually pull off the win. So the Trundle just snowballed the early lead with the late game carries especially, and it was pretty hard for Kai'Sa to do anything compared to the Vladimir and the Kale.
So I think Box was just able to get leads for their late game carries early on with really smart skirmishes and fights, and I think that's pretty much it. The next game would be ComSat versus the Yola Film Circle at 7 p.m. We're just waiting for them to be complete, and we're just going to start the stream. We're probably gonna go on break.
All right.
Julie?
Okay, see you guys in a bit.
Hello, hello.
Down if I were you.
What is up, gamers? It's your boy. This here's LG Vandal up in the Rift, and here with my friend Calamari. Calamari.
Hello, everyone.
Alright, so we got the band phase starting out quickly here.
Hello,
Looks like it's gonna be
everyone.
some generic bands here. Alright, so we got the band phase starting. So
Seems to go.
Vlad band coming out. I think someone watched last night's game.
Yeah, the last game between May and Box. The Vladimir literally stomped over May. Yeah, looks like they don't want the second thing to happen there. Looks like there's a Pantheon ban too.
Pantheon,
Much like
one of the best
Pantheon,
laners right now actually.
Pantheon
Currently
is like
banned in
one.
Worlds.
Yeah,
Never
Pantheon is
seen
one of
this.
the most banned champions in Worlds. Like I haven't never seen a game in Worlds where they don't ban Pantheon. Maybe because Pantheon was super broken in that patch.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, you think about it, Pantheon has guaranteed stun, he has invulnerability, so he can tower dive, and his ult allows him to freaking roam all across the map. It's so good. Pro play.
Looks like we have an Anivia ban and a Zed ban. Prime picks for the mid lane as we're gonna get the first pick right here. Let's see who they're gonna get. Probably we won't see much of the mid laners, where it's the very OP mid laners to be the fact that it looks like we have a
Right.
brand pick. Hmm. They can either go to the mid lane or the support. What do you think of that, Marco?
It's Vandal, by the way, and I think this is gonna go into the support role. Brand has not been that much of a hot pick in the mid lane. He's fallen out of meta. It's just not viable, I think. And here we go with LG Flap Frags going with the Kaisa. Kaisa, of course, one of the strongest ADCs, second only to Zaya right now in the patch. And a Nautilus to boot. This is going to be an amazing lane for them. I want to see how this plays out.
Kai'Sa not the most picked bot lane in Worlds. Usually because Kai'Sa not have a very perfect combo. Ezreal is gonna be locked in here. Who said they're
Honestly, I
gonna
like
pick?
this. I would like this Ezreal pick because it's safe and he can use it to um, protect himself against the Kaisa or the Nautilus engage. But Zaya's up. And I think Zaya is just a better Ezreal in general. However, it's up to comfort picks here. Doesn't matter what champion's OP if you can play better.
So they're gonna pick the Leona. That's probably gonna be a Brad mid lane. And looks like they're hovering over the Volibear, which is probably going to go into the jungle. And it is. Now it's time for the second ban phase. What do you think of the pick so far, Battle?
I'm thinking that LG or what is of the stronger late game teamfight comp. Just looking at the Kaisa and the Nautilus gives you a lot of CC, a lot of engage, and Kaisa's just completely broken. Like she plays very safe and does a lot of damage and can engage on the backline. Now, Ezreal is a safe pick. However, you only get one arcane shift, and then you have to flash out. Once this Kaisa pops off, and she will pop off.
That is true. Looks like LFC didn't get a fourth ban. Looks like they skipped that one. And Comsat will ban the kill. Looks like they also saw the kill pop off from the last game.
Yeah, this makes sense from Comsat's perspective. There's only mid lane and top lane left to look at, and Comsat want to ban out whatever's OP.
Yeah. Or the champions who were fed the last time. They banned the Mordekaiser. And they
Mordekaiser
banned
and
the
a
Yasuo.
Yasuo ban. Alright. No 0-10 power spike today, boys.
They don't want to see the cats play in the Rift today, boys. Looks like they're gonna go for either their top lane or where they can also flex the Nautilus anywhere. You see Doing be in the mid lane, then they also put it in the top lane as well. And a
Alright,
while
let me
ago,
stop
they
you right there. Not everyone is. Oh, a Morgana pick. Alright.
more
This might be a Morgana mid. I've seen it a lot, and it's quite good in the brand because Morgana has better shove, and she plays quite safe.
that's true.
However,
That's true.
Comstat, without a jungler still, looks like it's gonna be their last pick. Darius coming out in the top lane.
that Darius is gonna spell some trouble for whoever's gonna go top lane, especially when Darius hits those stacks. Once Darius hits those stacks, it's gonna be spell true damage for whoever he's gonna face. And looks like it's gonna be
Ooh,
a
it's gonna be a
Rek'Sai
Rex.
going for the jungle, or the
A
oh no, it's
Jarvan.
gonna be the Jarvan. Yeah, one of the standard jungler picks for
Okay, okay.
League of Legends.
Yeah, it's quite pretty standard, pretty safe. Can build pretty much tank, or if you want to go a bit frisky, you can go damage with him and play
I've
around
got
with
the
that.
safe bet that they're gonna go tank because they don't have much. See, they don't have much tanks going aside from Leona and Dar. And
Oh yeah,
Dar is probably
definitely. Oh,
ooh.
a Cannon pick coming out. Cannon, pretty much just one of the most annoying top laners to lane against, especially with Darius when he requires so much on catching the enemy out with only one ability, his E, apprehend, giving him that gap closer. Kennen, however, he goes phase rush, he presses W, Q, E, and he's out, and you can't do anything. So
This
it's
is
gonna be a
gonna
tough lane here for the Darius. Looking at the
yeah.
other lanes now, of course, standard pick, as we expected, Morgana in the mid lane, Kai'Sa and Nautilus in the bot lane, and Volibear jungle. Now, in terms of proactiveness, I think it's gonna be the Jarvan getting the upper hand here, unless Volibear just smurfs on everyone.
That is
Jarvan,
true.
of course, has that flag and drag EQ combo. Extremely effective, almost certainly gonna hit.
We're almost
Volibear,
gonna get
however, yeah, alright, you say it? You were saying?
we're almost gonna get into game here. It's gonna be
Indeed.
interesting to see how these two teams pan out. Most like I wanna see how Cannon and Volibear sync up. Most especially now that I see that they have the more team fight edge aside from Comsat. Because once Cannon goes in, Kaisa can also go in as well. And when Kaisa pops, the game is just basically over.
That's true, but looking at this matchup right now, looks like it's gonna be a toss up in the top lane. If Archie is able to land get kills and snowball his lead, he's gonna be a big threat to LG. He gets super tanky and he does a lot of damage the longer a fight goes on. And that might be a problem for Comsat's team fighting or LG's team fighting. My bad.
That's true. If Darius gets that one R execute from any of the members of LFC, he's gonna go in swinging with those 5 stack hemorrhage. He can literally just one shot the Kaisa and then just go for everyone else.
Actually, looking at this comp, you were saying LFC has a strong team fighting comp. Comsat has a great poke comp with the Ezreal brand. A
That's
lot
true.
of safety here and a lot of what do you call it? A lot of ability to just whittle down LFC's HP bars until there's nothing left, and then from there, Darius or Jarvan can initiate the fight, or actually Leona as well, and just
Yeah,
smash the lane. How about this mid lane matchup though? Morgana Brand. As I was saying, I think this is more in favor for Brand. I mean, sorry, Morgana. She's very safe. She has a lot of poke, good pushing.
yeah, Morgana is safe based on the way she goes into lane and basically on her basically with her wave clear. I think that Brand will have the edge once Morgana has her spell sheet down. But either way, Morgana will just pick her spots on Brand in the early game, unless he gets unless like Morgana gets a gap from Volibear, then they're gonna be fine. Brand doesn't have a lot of escape, aside from like kiting her stun. But that's just basically it.
That is true. Now, just before we get into the game, here's my thoughts on the lane assignments or on the lane matchup. Top lane, I think this goes to Kennen, 100%. Darius is gonna have a rough time unless he gets these ganks from Jarvan. Of course, that's gonna be a big boon. However, Kennen does have a lot of escapes and flash and TP. It's gonna make him very hard to kill. Now, looking in the mid lane, of course, as they're saying, mid lane, it's probably gonna go to Morgana.
Yep,
Down in the bot lane, however, both these teams are picking up very aggressive comps.
true.
Nautilus, of course, one hook, and you could be combo to death, especially once he hits level 6. Leona as well, however. It's gonna be up to whoever lands their combos first, as that's when they'll be able to deal the most damage.
That is true. That is true. We're gonna get into game. We'll get into the loading screen right now. Uh, what do you think is like? What do you think the bot fights are gonna be? I'm always especially curious about the 2v2 because once that the supports get their ultis, you know that someone's gonna land swinging. Once Leona gets her E, you know that someone's gonna die.
Or land their ult. It's pretty hard. It's not hard to miss that. I think this is
Yeah.
gonna be a fiesta in the bot lane, especially post 6.
Here's the thing
This
though.
could also end up just being a standard farm matchup, especially since Ezreal goes Klepto here. Though that is obviously standard in the meta. But I think with the way both teams have drafted, they're looking for blood. Especially boy, yeah. Especially Comsat.
Oh yeah, that
This
is.
Jarvan pick is gonna be huge. Because I think he has, while not the best clears compared to Volibear, he does have stronger gank potential. That flag and drag is gonna decide how these lanes turn out.
And
And as
we're
we get back into
gonna
the game, we're gonna see which side ends up on the winning side of the rift.
we're gonna get into game here. It's Comsat versus the Computer Society of the Ateneo versus the Loyola Film Circle. We're gonna get into game here, and as you were saying, the fights in this game are literally gonna go all into the all ins. Once someone goes into the fight, it's gonna boil down on who's gonna get the first kill and who is gonna get the last laugh.
30 seconds until minions
Well,
spawn.
as we look up in the
You can see that
jungle,
not
looks like
much is going on.
both teams are sizing each other up, you know? Yeah,
Yep,
we got big guns. What about you? Yeah, we got big guns too, bro.
much like the standard solo queue. Jarvan's gonna go to the red buff, and looks like yep, both junglers are going for the red buff right here. So not much will be happening in terms of fighting or skirmishes.
Minions have
It's
spawned.
everything's gonna go in just the standard ways possible. We're not
Comsat
gonna be in.
advertising that get IT.
Of course. Hey, both of us are Comsat too, by the way. So yeah, get
Yeah,
IT.
of course, but not sponsored by the way. Fair and unbiased casters.
Yeah, yes, we are fairly unbiased, so we're gonna be fine.
Oh boy. Alright.
All right, here we go.
So no, we didn't really get to find out much about these players when we started.
Yeah, but of course we know that this is League of Legends. We'll
Of
get
course,
to
but
know
like,
them once they play the game.
of course, but like, I was interested in finding out what exactly their mains were, who they were as players, and what exactly their I guess
Okay.
way of playing is. If they're soft or
Yeah,
aggressive. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Archie getting aggressive. Lands a good trade up there.
not much happening well as Aurora getting pog shots to the Kaisa.
Of course, Kai'Sa's gonna have to play it safe. Gonna be
Well,
scared for a while. He's gonna wait for that level 6 power spike.
but actually, if you actually just notice it now, it's actually Morgana bot lane. Nautilus
Yeah,
is
it is.
in the
It is
mid lane,
Nautilus mid lane.
so we're gonna
Yeah,
see some
doing
do.
B up in here. Yeah, let's hope that doesn't
We're gonna see
biting
some
them in the
doing.
butt.
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah,
Nautilus, one of his
now that
biggest
you mentioned
strengths.
that Nautilus is now in the mid lane, it looks like he's just taking pop shots from Brand. I think that's gonna be a good way for. I think that's gonna be a good matchup for Brand because Nautilus can't do anything unless he goes in. And look
That
at here
is
that
true, but
Archie is just stunned before he gets the 5
there he
stack.
is. Looks like waifu is laifu. Landing a good trade there. However, actually not that good considering who he's fighting. When you're playing Ken on top, you usually want to be the one with the bigger health pool. However, our Oreti coming in, Dias has to flash out, and he does. Archie doesn't fight another day.
Not
Back
much
into that
of
mid lane you were talking about.
yeah.
Yes, Nautilus will be pushed in, or will take a lot of poke from Brand. However, that's not what Nautilus is about. Nautilus is more about shoving the late wave in, and then getting these good roams. finding picks and finding leads for his side laners. Archie can expend his TP here for health advantage. However, waifu is waifu. Big minion lead. Knows he can win any trade.
Yeah, Archie's also kinda joking, especially that control 1 and he'll be doing that despite losing his flash. You can see that you see that it looks like we might have a gank in the mid lane, but Jarvan
Just the
just goes
transition.
off forward.
It's just a transition. They both wanted to say hi to each other, you know. It's like, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, Volibear was also there too in the process. Looks like they were actually trying to go in here. Kaisa lands the
looks like-
W, but they just get away easily.
Anyway. Yeah. So, Aurora taking quite a heavy trade here, but not as bad as Flapbrand, who is looking mighty low. Expended his flash and heal. He's gonna be very susceptible to a dive. Actually, not even a dive. Watch out for that solo kill.
Yeah.
Looks like Aurora's looking for blood. Has
Yeah,
both his summoners.
yeah, looks like none of the members are actually in bot lane, so we might actually see a solo kill here. Knowing that Ezreal's poke damage in the early game is actually very nasty.
That's true. That is why they brought out this comp. They're gonna look for poke and they're gonna look to win through attrition. However,
Ooh.
LFC have an amazing engage. And Flap frags him.
Yeah, that's one of the-
Actually, wait. If you look at the CS scores right now, Halo Slayer going absolutely nuts with that CS lead onto Slazo. He's got 20 CS up on him. Slazo's begging for mercy right now.
Yeah, I just felt like one Worlds we're doing be literally just wreck caps in mid lane. Looks like we're just getting another repeat of that story here. Nautilus being the top tier mid laner that no one actually has.
I wouldn't go top tier. I just think that. I think Brand was bad.
Darius is.
Darius gets the upper hand off, but bone plating and Cannon W. Now, if you didn't know, Cannon W gives him resistances to both magic and and AD, as well as some tenacity. Imagine movement speed, so it's like almost impossible.
He's actually one level up from White. And he's also
the dive coming in here. Leona gets in, Nails goes down. Aora gonna get a double kill here.
Ooh, that was slick. They used the Leona a great advantage, knowing that Leona has a really good dive kit. And Clem getting all of it. You can actually get to see it happen. And bottling might get obliterated from here on out.
No, I wouldn't say that yet, you know?
Yeah, but it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Let's see let's see how LFC will respond to that.
Oh. Actually, this cannon brings out lethal tempo. I think this might be an ADE cannon here. Actually, it is. He's building Berserker's Greaves. Looks like it's gonna be a split push comp from LFC.
Let's push.
We'll see if it turns on.
Yeah, they save the turns out as well. Now, we haven't actually much talked about scaling of the comps. Who do you think has the better scaling?
Hands down, I would have put it on LFC, but because this cannon is going split push, he's not going to be able to do as much damage as he could be in team fights. And I'm actually going to give it to Comsat here. I think that the poke comp is going to work out. I think that with the way things are going to play out, so long as Comsat play it slow, they will have the advantage. And unless LFC get good engages, they're going to have a hard time looking for a fight here. Of course, look at the gold lead now, 1.8k in favor of Comsat.
Yeah, look at the top. Look at this. Jarvan is actually going for the volley bear. Uses Cataclysm, nearly gets him.
The damage is real, and he's gonna go down. No! Air flashes out!
Ooh, the
EQ
flash.
comes out. Oh, the
Basic
flash
attack.
comes in and Cliff
Yep.
gonna get the kill.
That was nasty. Jarvan, knowing that he has 2-0, goes in for the volley bear, gets the damage off of him, and just gets the kill right off the bat. Now he's 3-0. As you were saying, Marco, looks like Comsat knows what they're doing with this Jarvan pick.
They do. However, Jarvan is a tank. He's not gonna be the main carry, and while this does give Comsat a significant lead, I don't think that this is gonna be what turns the tide in the mid game. We're gonna have to see how that plays out. And I kinda wish I had directed camera turned off. I didn't get to see that Jarvan volley bear fight.
Yeah, I actually got to see that. And he really fucked off the volley bear right off the bat. Actually getting some pump shots off of the cannon. And bot lane, not much is happening. Looks like Morgana is actually quite low. Now that Ezreal now has the Sheen and the Tear of the Goddess, so you know gonna have some poke damage in that lane. Jarvan actually outside. Look for the death here. He got stunned.
He gets knocked up. Gold comes in. He's gonna have to flash out. He's gonna Q, and he's gonna make it out alive. Yes, he will not. There goes the meteor. Boom shakalaka. He goes down.
Woo! Looks like Nautilus didn't respect Brand's poking ability and just gets deleted. He was actually out of the ward that he placed in the bush.
I disagree. Nautilus was full HP when that fight happened. I think that the damage from Brand was just too much. Especially the W,
exactly.
considering that it does true damage based on HP percentage. So the lower you get, the more damage it does. Jarvan played that extremely well, playing out of Nautilus' vision, and Nautilus is getting really unlucky there. That Arcane Comet coming in clutch. Looks like Volibear gonna have to respect this Jarvan taking his move off. But Halo Slayer is here for 2v1. Jarvan, Clint, you might want to get out of there, buddy.
Yeah, we want to get out of here, but it looks like you get the ulti out.
He's getting Guapo combo. The ult goes down. The EQ Dragon Drag goes down, and here comes Flaps.
Jarvan didn't respect the people coming into that jungle to face with his life. The bot lane, Kai'Sa actually also uses her ult.
But you're a tank, and you're
Yeah.
fighting 1v3. What are you doing? Flapbacks, meanwhile, looking for a free kill. Like, yo, can I have that? Doesn't
Yeah,
even get the assist. Unfortunate, but it's a pretty standard slow lane here so far. Looks like nothing's gonna happen much after.
They got a bounty off that too, Marco. So you can see that LFC will try to somewhat have a comeback right here from that deficit. Let's see how they do as we.
Top lane, however, we see Darius does have the TP advantage for another 2 minutes. Actually, 3 minutes on this cannon. Looks like right now, Comsat do have the macro tempo. And here we go. Halo Slayer is indeed going with the Dwinby build. Boots of mobility and Protobelt coming up. Top lane.
So of course, when
LFC looking for a gank. Archie gonna catch us out? Halo Slayer. He realizes, okay, maybe not. He goes back mid lane.
you can see that cannons are already going online as Darius can't even.
Of course, this is to be expected from split push cannon. It's supposed to be most solo laners here. However, we are gonna see if this pans out. Looking the bottom.
Wait, look at there.
Goes for the E, he misses, and he's taking a lot of damage. Morgana goes out.
Ooh.
Along with the solar flare, and Brandon comes down. Looks like Fatback's gonna go down to that, and Halo Slayer gonna go down as well.
This is why Leona is effective. Once Leona goes in, it's all over. Put that with the Jarvan and the Ezreal damage. LFC has to go run swinging. Actually, just run. Run the general. Or if they can, they got out of the ult.
Really game swinging a 4,000 gold lead on LFC. I think what really turned that fight around was that Leona got a stun the moment the fight started.
Yeah, he got a double.
Aftershock is such a good piece Brimstone proc at the start of a fight. It allows you to survive the initial burst and lets you continue the fight for much longer. That's why Leona or Silent World was able to survive for so long without dying. He was able to stall out that fight long enough for his teammates to come in. And now, Slazo has a 3-kill lead on his opponent. He's already built Leandri's Torment.
Yep. It's like afterwards, Comsat got the mountain drag, and looks like LFC got the Rift Herald. See how they use that here, knowing that turret plates are actually have fallen. So
Well,
I do not know how they will use that to their advantage.
I guess
Only
Ryan
they got
was
it
going
late.
to use it to look for map pressure. This is going to be important because Cannon is going for split push. He needs to be able to create pressure on the top side of the map because he's not as effective as the Darius is going to be in these team fights. Big trades, but nothing's coming up. I think at this point, LFC have to concede the fact that right now they cannot 5v5. They have to look for trades, or they have to look for picks, they have to look for skirmishes. Skirmishes in their favor. Meanwhile, the top he's in the vicinity. Top bot lane though. Oh my goodness, Neat's gonna go down. He's stunned, but is he gonna go down? He is gonna go down. He comes up from Leona and the Kaisa ult comes down. Not gonna do much though. Gets sick. Saves the life, but not good.
Yeah, the effectiveness of Leona coming in once she is just catching out anyone she cups. Just like,
We are
oh!
delayed, actually. Whoops.
Yeah, we are delayed.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, I'm not.
Big
Looks
delay.
like,
I am.
looks like Darius gonna get. Oh! Darius gets the double on the top lane, actually. I don't know if you're seeing this, but Darius just got a top lane with the double ult.
Oh my goodness. Alright, I did not see that actually.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks
Okay.
like. Yeah, it looks like Darius is now going back into the game as Jarvan ganked top lane. Comsat is looks like the game's going to Comsat's hand as bot lane gets the turret.
And now you have to
Top lane
ask,
gets it
as
well.
LFC, what do? Your split push cannot work. Right now, Darius has a big lead on the cannon. Your team fighting cannot work. Your comp is not meant for team fighting now, and not to mention, Brand is so much stronger. What do you do in their position? Especially since Comsat looking so much cleaner. They're everywhere on the map, man. Wherever LFC go, Comsat come even stronger. LFC is gonna have to look for some amazing picks to make this work.
We are going now into the mid game as it seems that they are converging into mid lane. Looks like Comsat will eye them out.
Like LFC looking for their first turret. However, 3 members here spotted out. Not a favorable fight for Comsat.
So there's 5 members in mid lane. Looks like Rip Herald will take up a little bug shot on the mid lane first tier turret. Cannon is way on the side, possibly looking for a chance to go in. As you can see, there are 4 members, and what's happening? What's happening?
And the dunk! Oh my goodness!
Guys, but that's not good. Ezreal gets a double kill. What just happened? Seems that we have some sort of a connection problem for the cannon. They're gonna get a tier 1. Jarvan gets the Morgana. Ezreal's gonna get a kill. Ezreal gets actually a double kill as they got on the volley bear. They might get the tier 2 turret right now for that matter. I can hear from Marco here. And gets the tier 2 turret. Looks like the game is going to their hand, but I think Kennen has some sort of oh wait, he's back. Oh wait, now he's back. Looks like Darius is gonna get the top
Comsat.
tier 2 turret. Comsat is just going
11,000 gold lead. This is enormous, and especially in a comp like this where Ezreal is so far ahead, he can poke out LFC for half their HP bar with 1 EQ. This is gonna be extremely bad for LFC. I don't know how they're gonna come back from this, but looks like LFC making a play for the Dragon Pit. Right now it's a 3v5. Darius TP is down.
seems that we're in a bit of a way here.
Both teams
Looks like
eyeing
all
this Drake, but none want to commit. They know that this could be a bad fight, even with this 11k
seems
gold lead.
that
SKT
Com-
did beat EDG with a 10k deficit.
yes, everyone will remember that moment in League of Legends history. But it looks like in the dragon's pit, only Comsat has
LFC are
vision
going.
on the dragon.
LFC have
LFC
given up priority over the dragon. They realize they probably don't want this fight.
Yeah,
Comsat
looks
gonna
like,
get another free objective. More money in the
yeah,
bank. These
yeah, it's
boys
a,
are rolling in gold.
yeah, and it's a Inferno Drake 2. That's gonna be very, very useful for the brand and the L. Looks like LFC is just playing safe and playing sorry, as Comsat will try to push into their base. Baron is gonna be up in just a bit, and looks like LFC will try to compensate for that by getting the tier 1 turret.
LFC with their first turret of the game on the board finally. Comsat looking
While
for a bot lane of their own though.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
yes, and Jarvan is actually kind of pushing into the mid lane. Actually, he's down. Looks like someone's getting a little bit petty today. Comsat gets the bottom tier 2 turret.
Boy, looks like Clint
Clem dancing.
eyeing out top frags. This could be big. An engage here would mean an inhibitor turret. You know, Clip getting poked down. Look at that, a Q, a W from Morgana, and a Q and W from Kaisa. Look how much HP they did. Look how much HP they took from Jarvan. Absolutely insane how big this lead is now.
We told a while ago that Comsat's entire team is actually a poke. It just seems to me that LFC is actually the poke comp here.
Actually, not
14-1.
Not even. I don't think LFC is gonna be able to do much here. They can't team fight. Their poke is inferior. So far, unless LFC pull out some sort of magic trick out of their hat, this game's all in Comsat's hands.
You see here that LFC is really playing safe. They're not going as far as their own jungle. Comsat using the entire map now to their advantage. And say they're eyeing for that Baron as well. Let's see how LFC will.
LFC do know that someone is at the Baron pit. Will they react next?
Okay, they're actually no, they're actually gonna reset for a bit. Looks like Comsat might actually try to get this. Darius does have the teleport, so can just go
Looks like Clip
there
gonna
at any
go.
time.
They're gonna start off the Baron Comsat. LFC, they do know it's happening. They have an idea, but it's going down so fast. I don't think LFC will make it in time.
Yep, I don't think they will. The bot lane is coming, but I don't think that will do anything. Leona gets the ult, and but Darius is gonna teleport into the base. Flash Q from Leona. Morgana is gonna get popped. That's gonna go to the S, and LFC is just running for the base. Comsat will have the Baron. It looks like from here on out it might be game over, as Comsat are looking for the Nexus.
Just wait for a moment. We still gotta go for the inhibitors here. Looks like
Yep. But
Comsat though does have a huge lead now. We're gonna look to break up both the bot and mid inhibitor turrets.
Darius is going for that. Going for that turret.
It's gonna go down. Looks like LFC, they do want to give this up. There's just too much gold for them to contest. It's really hard to
A large gold lead. They got the mid inhibitor. Darius is going for that bot tier 3 turret. And that bot inhibitor as well. This might actually be game over. Comsat will continue this push. LFC has to do something. Wants to be in this game, but it doesn't look like they can actually do something with at this point. Ezreal is too fed. Brand is kind of fed too. It looks like
looking at this
Comsat.
game thinking, what do we do? They're trying to clear out minions
Sad
for
act-
how long? Super minions are coming into the base now. And Comsat are still barrened up. They're gonna look for their third inhibitor turret and their third inhibitor. Looks like they're gonna catch on to Volley Bear. He gets one combo CC and he goes down. Archie with the killing spree.
That's
this
gonna
is
do
the
it.
nail in the coffin for LFC, folks.
Yeah, that's gonna do it for LFC.
Three
LFC
inhibitors.
don't have
And
an
they think about
answer
it,
for
the Soul Wave
anything.
goes bad, but the Clay can't
Oh,
catch Morgana. That's gonna be an amazing engage. I am delayed. Looks like I won't be able to see what's happening.
get him. Morgana. Darius gets the 5 stacks, but that won't do anything. Kaisa trying to get pop shots off the Darius, but they're just getting the turret at this point. It's all over. Comsat will get the victory over LFC. GG, well played. And that's game, ladies and gentlemen.
GG, well played indeed. Comsat played an amazing game. Pretty much clean, in my opinion. Only dropping 2 deaths on their side. Meanwhile, LFC looking a bit lost in what they were trying to do. The bot lane and mid lane, respectively, had a hard time playing this game. I feel like this was definitely a jungle difference with how well Clint was playing that game. But holy moly, it feels bad being LFC right now.
Yep, that Jarvan Leona proving way too much for LFC as everything just falls right into their hands. We're actually gonna take a small break and we're gonna load into the next game. But I wanna ask you, Miss Vandal, what do you think is gonna correspond now to the next games, knowing that both of these games are now super one-sided?
To me, I think that Comsat definitely have the edge over. I'm sorry, what was the other team?
LFC, LFC.
No, no,
Oh,
not the other team that won last
box,
game.
box, box, box.
Box, sorry. I think
Yeah, yeah.
Comsat has the edge over Box with the way they were playing their macro. LFC oh my goodness, sorry. Comsat has the edge over Box in terms of macro. Looking at that Jarvan, he played an amazing game. He always had Volibear's number, was always in the first to get the gank off, first to fight, first of every fight, and always having a man advantage in every team fight. It was very clear from the start that Jarvan was going to be important, but if we look at the gold lead, Jarvan has 10,600, more than any other player on this in this match. It's actually insane if you think about it. How big that gold lead is, considering this is a Jarvan who played tank with only 3 kills.
That is amazing. Comsat literally played that to the best of their abilities, using their comp to their advantage and catching LFC out of their own paths.
That they did. I think for in order to for Bucks to play well, they're gonna have to be playing vision games with LFC. I mean Comstat. Ugh.
Yeah, Comsat has this mindset of we want to fight. Let's see how Box answers to that, knowing that they might actually ban some of the champions now that Comsat wants to have. But let's see, anything can happen in League of Legends. Basically, you can
I
shift
definitely
comps,
think
you
that
can shift
Jarvan's not
champion.
gonna last. But
Yep,
anyway,
yep, yep.
as we move on to the next game with Comsat and Box coming in, we're gonna see just who is the better team. And after that, at 9 o'clock, we're gonna look at LFC and Maya and see who gets to challenge the winner. Final. What is up, boys and girls? We're back. Your boy Vandal and Calamari for round 2. In the winners
Let's
bracket, it is Comsat versus Maya.
box. Yep.
A
No, it's
box.
box.
Whoops,
Box. It's box.
whoops, whoops. There we go
Box.
again. Alright.
It's
Looking at
Saucer versus
the.
Saucer.
Yeah. Starting off with the bands, Vlad and Darius.
Of
Both sides
course.
realizing, no, they don't want any of that.
We've already told a while ago that they will be probably banned here, and looks like they are. Even the kill too. Two
Yeah,
of
they
the
know.
champions that are bad, that are made box super fed, and they banned the Irelia, focusing on the top side.
No, they did say that Archie was super clean and not Aurelia. Looks like
Hmm. Well,
Comsat gonna
that's
have to get creative here.
probably the next ban is either someone they don't want to be messed with. It looks like it's actually the Shaco. That Shaco is a pure annoyance down at the bot lane. And they
And there goes
banned
Leona.
the.
That's a lot of their initial engage gone. We're gonna
Looks
see
like they
what
looks
Comsat
like they
has.
saw the game a while ago. And
Oh
knowing that
really?
Leona is they might. Looks like they bad and Leona is a really big factor in that win. Looks like they're gonna pick Bob's is gonna first pick the brand again.
I respect that. They played really well a while ago. Ooh,
Swain's gonna
great
get
pick
picked in
though.
for box. We don't know
I
where's
feel like
that's
that's
gonna.
gonna be a Swain in the bot lane. Though it
Yes.
could be flexed in the mid lane as well. And here comes a
And
Jarvan getting taken out of Comsat's hands.
yeah, Swain is one of those champions who can be also be flexed anywhere, much like the Aurelia, the Akalis, and all the Yasuos alike. We've seen Yasuo going also in the bot lane as G2 Perk's best champion, actually. And now
Actually,
let's see where this
that's
Swain goes. And looks like
Rex's best
Rex.
champion is actually Zaya. Oh, a Rek'Sai pick. Here we go.
Yeah, but
Looks like Comsat looking for, suppose, an early game advantage here.
yep,
But we'll have to see which one comes out on top. Jarvan
yep,
or
that's true, that's true. Let's see what their next pick's gonna be. I mean, you saw the video where Perks was Yasuo, right? When
you mean the
Ambition
one where
was.
he was one in
Yeah, yeah,
six
yeah,
and then got a quadra
yeah.
kill?
Let's not talk about that one. Looks like
Alright.
MF is gonna get picked
Misfortune
for
coming out
Comsat,
for Comsat.
and they're hovering over the Syndra. One
Claps,
very,
claps,
very
claps.
claps. Yeah, yep, yep. We don't want to see no crap, no CRAPS around here. Knowing
Whoa.
that, knowing that Syndra actually has a
And
lot of damage
Syndra gets locked
potential,
in.
and yep, Syndra gets locked in.
Looks like we are gonna see quite an interesting first rotation here. Both the junglers, mid laners, and possibly both bot laners have been chosen. Looks like it's gonna be the top lane and the support.
They
A
banned the
Jax ban
Jack.
coming through. This
You
Archie
know
guy
what?
is not having a good day. Getting perma-banned on all his champs. What the heck?
Let's see what you're gonna get next here. Looks like Swain is actually my. They banned the Caitlyn.
Caitlyn ban. I like this ban from Caitlyn ban. Caitlyn is quite a good counter into Misfortune. Especially later on in the game where Caitlyn's able to take over. Another Fiora
Ooh,
ban. That is 4 top lane bans for
they
Archie.
really don't want to get Archie comfortable in that top lane. They want to get Eclair the best matchup they want to have for him. Looks like what will they answer here? Comstat thinking very earnestly using all the time they have, and
A
ooh, it's
Rise
gonna
ban
be the
coming out.
right.
This is very interesting considering pretty
Ooh,
much
they
bot and
locked
mid
it to
have been
Kiana.
confirmed. And here we go, Kiana coming out.
Looks like that actually might be a Swain bot
Playing
lane.
top lane, indeed. Looks like it's gonna
Yep.
be Kiana in the mid lane and the Syndra bot lane. Here we go.
Ooh,
Something
I like that. I
interesting.
like that. I like that. They're hovering over the support now, which is might gonna be a Thresh MF. We don't
Fresh
see that
MS, that
often.
is, that is one of the best bot lane comps in silver.
Silver. Well, how you put it that way? Now I don't have a lot of confidence,
I mean,
Vandal.
it can work, but like I've
Okay,
never
looks like they're
seen,
gonna give
I
Archie
haven't
the
seen it in pro
Renekton.
player challenger. Alright,
Yeah,
Renekton
that's why I didn't pick
coming
it,
up
dude.
in the top
It's
lane.
like it's okay. So what? Okay, so I think Box only has their support left, or
Indeed. Oh,
is that a support? Or
support Swain. No, it's a support Swain.
wait,
Oh
is
my
it
god, the
honestly a support
flex picks are
swing?
coming out.
Oh my god,
It's actually Ornn
is
into Renekton.
what
This
is
would have been.
Box? What is Box pulling out of their shoes right now?
It's gonna be a Kiana mid? Or no, Kiana top. Wait.
Even you're confused, Mando. What I
Oh
assume
no!
now is that
Alright, it is Kiana mid. And Syndra, Swain bot lane, and
and
Ornn
the
in the
on
top side.
top. Oh my god, this is very, very weird from Box. While Comsat go with very, very standard solo queue picks right here. Let's see if they can make it work. But let's talk about the comp for Box. This is very, very strange, but very, very exciting to see. I want to get your thoughts into it.
Actually, I like this comp from Bucks. I can see it working. They have a lot of CC. Each of these champions has their own form, actually. And along with the early game, Syndra Swain has a stronger early game than Misfortune Thresh. Assuming that Box played a better game and Jarvan is able to gank, we're talking about a wombo combo chain CC where Comsat will just Comsat's bot lane will just be like, yo, can I play the game?
Yeah, looks like Bucks will not give Comsat a very easy time, just as they had their last game. Just like their last game.
Looking at
Let's
this team comp, for both sides, looks like Renekton being drafted in, hopefully as an answer to the Swain top, because it is a counter pick. However, bringing out the Ornn, this does mean that the top lane is going to be pretty much just a farming lane.
Yep, exactly. Not much will happen. But just remember that Imperia is on that Jarvan. So
Indeed, he
let's
is. And again,
so
this
let's
Jarvan pick could be much more
another
proactive in the early
yep.
game. Sorry.
Yep,
Actually no. I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. It's actually an even in terms of proactiveness. We're gonna have to see which jungler just plays the better game.
we saw how Imperia and Claire work really well when it comes to top lane ganks. Let's see how let's see how they full focus Archie down, knowing that Archie really knows how to get things going in the top lane.
Alright.
But let's go to the bot lane. MF Thresh versus Syndra Swain. What do you
I think that MF Thresh will get first lead with poke, with MFQs being pretty much standard. And I think that if Thresh lands early hooks, they'll be able to win out trades and possibly get kills. But the later on this game goes, the stronger Syndra gets and the tankier Swain becomes. It becomes especially hard at level 6 to even kill this Swain. It's gonna have to be up to the I don't know, Thresh landing his full combo and MF getting good trades in to win this bot lane. However, enough about that. Let's talk about the team comps actually. I like what Box is doing. Box has a really strong late game team fighting comp. They
Yeah,
have
that's
so
true.
much CC, so much engage, and that Kiana will shred through that misfortune. Early
Yeah, I feel
game,
like
it could go
big.
to Comsat's way though. Brand, as we've seen, can be a force to be reckoned with in
Yep,
Salazo's hands. However, he did only get a lead through his gank in the river. We're gonna have to see
yeah,
if
that's
that
true.
pans out again in this next game as loading screen pumps up.
Yeah, I agree with you. Box will seem to try to scale up through the time, the game duration, because once Kiana gets that critical point in the match, which he gets like that 2 to 3 stack build, along with the Syndra, along with the Jarvan, and once Ornn and Swain gets that health point max, you know that everything will go down for Comsat at that point. because their damage potential is already that big. But not underestimating Comsat's damage potential too. They have MF, Brand, and Renekton. You know how Renekton can hurt. No,
Yep.
and there's also Renekton PTA. So you know that he's gonna go for that Syndra.
Indeed he is, but Syndra has a lot of disengage for her. She has, well, actually not a lot. Yeah, she has QE, but it's not like she's all alone. She's gonna have a lot of bodyguards here. Ord
Oh,
and
that's true.
Jarvan will definitely be able to zone out this Renekton. But I do think that in terms of team fighting, if Comsat are able to keep um, blocks at bay, Comsat will have the better edge because Comsat relies on fighting from afar, front to back. However,
That's true.
Box have drafted a all in, we're gonna kill your backline no matter what you try to do kind of comp. Especially with
As
this
we
Kiana
get
pick coming out.
into the rift here right now, some sort of delay as everything's gonna get set up right now. Yep, the rift has lit up. The crystals
Science
arise, and
building.
here comes the champions. It's the Computer Society Ateneo versus
Alright, as this game gets
Box.
going,
I don't
who do
know
you think
what
is gonna
Box
win?
means.
Hashtag Box win or hashtag Comsat win?
Hey, this is not World. But I actually set that up right now. We need
Hold
hashtag
up, hold
Comsat
up.
win, and we also need hashtag Box win
Box
right now.
and Comsat looking for an early invade.
Oh, I like this. I like this. Looks like
30 seconds until minions
good
spawn.
stuff will happen here. Looks like Box
Huh? Looks like
will wait.
Comsat gonna
Oh,
go through the river as 5.
look at this.
Oh, here it comes!
Look at this.
It's coming!
This Dark is walking in. He hooks the Jarvan. Jarvan will get hooked. Oh my god. First blood goes to Comsat.
Only burning ignite
Oh
there
yeah,
from
that's
Thresh.
actually Thresh with Ignite, but Renekton will get the first blood. What a hook by Silent World, getting the Jarvan right at the Box nearly did nothing.
I
They
think that's
let
just.
Jarvan
I think that was a big
die,
misplay by
actually.
Box, actually. If we look at the level 1s, Box has no CC at level 1. Kiana doesn't have her WQ combo. Syndra can't
Yeah,
QE. Jarvan
yeah,
can't
that
Mega
was
Drag.
just a,
It's like
yeah, that was
there's nothing for Box there. So Box paid the price for really a bad all-in 5v5.
yeah. Actually, a level one only for that matter. Like Comsat has the real advantage to that too. Knowing that Thresh has something that can actually catch someone right off the bat. They underestimated that point, and now they have to pay the price. Now we'll go down to the
See how
simple
these
laning
plays play
phases
out.
right now. Let's see what happens in the lane. Going, Renekton now has that long sword he got from that first blood. See, let's go down to the bot lane. Thresh have some pickups here. Not much is happening. Some standard jungle paths as the issue.
Okay. Pretty standard League of Legends right now. I think while this kill does put Renekton at a lead, it's only by 300 gold. 300 gold in the grand scheme of things is not much, but here we go. Carlos Whisper gets an amazing combo off. QE comes out from Syndra, and the damage is real.
Uh,
I am. Ayara paying for that misplay with his heal, but oh boy. Box striking hard, striking back after that first blood.
as you can see, as the time goes up or as the game goes longer, I think Boxu is gonna have a really good time. The top lane, is he getting that sort of poke down on the Claire? But
I agree with you, Calamari.
as we
I
said
think
a while
that, because MF is really just an early game champion, she's gonna fall off hard in the late game. Her only consistent instant damage will be from her ultimate, and she's very vulnerable there. It's like, oh, top lane though.
What I think is gonna happen is more of as the game goes along, Comsat will try to get all the things that Brand goes down actually.
Really does. Brand not respecting that Kiana.
But actually, look at this. MF gets stunned. He's ignited, but Crash gets hooked. MF actually gets the kill on the swing. Crash plays the Syndra, flashes away. Comsat actually got that outplay. They underestimated the abilities of the Shuli.
And that play was predicated on the fact that Ornn had the TP back in the lane. He used it to gain a lane advantage, but that gave Archie the opportunity to TP in and help his team and secure that early lead. It's looking worse and worse for Box. Comsat again with that macro play.
Oh! Syndra stuns them both! They tried to go for the call. Forget to go underground. And they're actually, all three of them are actually really low. They should actually respect how much damage Syndra and Swain can do. Jarvan.
Good. Looks like in terms of top lane has a small lead, but Eclair doing really well to mitigate that.
Yep. You can see here that
only has a 300 gold lead on.
looks like Clem will get some pog shots off of Imperia, but they will just let go away off that easily. No one wants to fight right now. Everything safe. Comsat actually doing really well. But you and I talked about how capable this Box team is.
They are, and we can't count Box out of this early game just yet. This Kiana is still yet to roam, and she's still yet to really exert her pressure on the other lanes. I think when this Kiana goes to roam, when she looks for a lane, it's gonna be really hard to mess with her.
You see now that this is still the normal laning phase. Normal laning phase now, not much is happening. What I want to talk about now is that how will Comsat will retain this small lead of theirs, knowing that they can actually get kills off of this team. How will they now bounce from this? What do you think?
I think the way Comsat bounce of this is simply in the fact of keep doing what you're doing. Comsat have been doing very well in getting these early picks and catching their other players off guard. This is extremely important because they drafted such an early game.
Everyone going in and Rek'Sai popping out with that plan. I forgot what it's called. I have not played League 2 weeks yet, but it doesn't matter. I'm casting right now. Anyways, Jarvan now actually kind of invading the blue topside jungle. As everyone now goes back to lane, looks like Rek'Sai trying to go for a gank here. But he'll back away now. Wait, he pops off the flash play from the Rex! Looks like Sigurd's gonna go down. Actually, Rex also goes down. They're actually gonna chase for this Swain as MF gets the double kill. What a play by the Fred. 2 for 1 for Comsat. Ooh, actually I didn't saw that Eclair kills the Renekton. Proving how Eclair is really a dominant top laner.
Now we can't forget, Archie did get 4 bans on him by Box. They realized that this guy could be a threat, and that Eclair will have to be one of their um, leading roles here, or leading players here. Is all on Eclair to be able to manage his waves and manage his team's lanes as well. Him and Kiana are able to play it so well because Ornn has TP and Kiana already has those Moby boots. They're able to roam around the map. They're able to influence the spot lane and possibly turn it around for Box.
I'm actually surprised that Renekton didn't build Yamak right off the bat for his wave clear. He actually didn't rush for the Black Cleaver, but I don't know. That's just for counter the Ornn. But anyways, the game is pretty even at this point with 200 gold lead for Comsa. They're fresh in the bottom lane, really proving something. As Silent World keeps making plays for that MF. MF is now 3-1 with a 300 bounty on. Box will want to keep out for her. Watch out, actually. Jarvan scanning for wards down at the bottom red side of the jungle. As I think he wants to gank the mid lane. He said he will just wait on by for now. As Thresh, that's the hook on the Syndra! Pop! Evan pops the ult! Looks like Thresh is gonna get that kill. Fire will also pop his ult. Thresh, as the bot lane of Comsa just wrecks through the bot lane box. It's like this really weird bot lane that Box is not proving well for them. What do you think of this, Vandal?
Well, I think that right now, Comsat has a big lead now in this MF. So far, with an 800 gold lead, it doesn't seem like much, but MF snowballs well, especially into a Syndra, who's extremely squishy. She's gonna have to look for some form of CC to keep her alive, but even then, it might not be enough. This Thresh is playing so well. Silent World is on a roll right now.
I definitely agree with that. Look at that. 4 kills now for this bot lane. All of the kills of Comsat are actually through them. Looks like this bot lane will play a big role as the game goes on.
Indeed they do, and actually looking back in the mid lane, Slazo once again at a 30 CS deficit. He's done a good job of not dying that often, but it doesn't matter if you're not dying when the enemy mid laner is able to influence the entire map while you're sitting in lane, pretty much just hoping that your team wins the game for you.
Ooh, looks like MF killed the Swain, just increasing her gold total. Yeah, this is gonna prove really bad. As you can see that actually Thresh hooks Swain. Actually, as I see, Thresh actually hooked the Swain as he goes away. That was really good. Silent World is really proving why he is a really good support now. 5 assists already in 12 minutes. Looks like Box will compensate for that by getting the Rift Herald now. It will go into Imperia's hands. Imperial having slight of a level down from the rest of this team.
Well, that's to be expected. You know, junglers don't get as much XP as the laners do, and usually junglers are expected to give.
Level down from the rest of his team and also from, well, not that far from Comsat actually. But it seems that Comsat really playing this game well now.
Turret plating will fall.
Bot lane really proving to be a big key player here. We actually thought it was gonna be Archie who's gonna be the big difference maker. Now it's actually Silent World, Aurora, for that matter. If there's a thing. Looks MF is now really super bad. Here she already has the Yomu's Ghost Blade. Now she's actually building lethality for that matter. She's at least not gonna go for the Dust Blade. Or the Dust Blade. As Box is going for the dragon. Crash will look for he won't find anything. Looks like Comsat will actually get this dragon for the dragon, but the fight is actually going on. Emma with the perfect heat may get to RT style or will get hooked dangerous trip looking for the MF. And an ace for Cops. That was destruction from Box. They tried to go for the dragon, but Comsat stopped them in their tracks and they paid for it badly.
Holy moly, that was a disaster by Box.
We kinda underestimated them. We kinda underestimated them.
Kinda did, but you gotta admit, when you go for a 5v5, you don't want to be going on a 5v5 on a 4-0 MF with their ult up, playing super safe. I don't think Box even managed to touch Aora there. He played it so well. In fact, I think right now, Aora and Silent World are actually gonna be the turning points, or are the carries for this team. Like, straight up, they are bringing their team out of the ashes from their early deficit.
I just also want to know that they also got the mid-tier 1 turret and the bot tier 1 turret on the process as well. I also want to say is literally killing it. He actually started the fight with a flash play into the grasp of Comstat hands, and that was beautiful. As someone who actually plays Thresh so often, that was really beautiful to watch. Props to Silent World for being so good at Thresh. Looks like Jarvan will use it when they actually get caught out. Archie, they're gonna get the no, wait, never mind. Archie flashes out, but Jarvan gets it. This guy, Kiana ult, but that doesn't matter. No, actually it does. Eclair will get the kill off of the Rex side. MF will get the tier 1 turret for some response, but looks like Box is trying to answer everything. Orin ult into Slasher and Brand will fall. Box will get the tier 1 turret. Looks like Box is not out of this yet, Marco.
That you are right. Box still trying to keep this game under control. Remember, the gold lead is in MF. In this Aora. If he dies, this could be a big turning point for Box. Not to mention, Box are good at team fighting. That Dragon Pit fight was a bit of a misplay, but I think Box still have it in them to make an outplay here. Oh, unable to download spectator data. Looks like I have received error. And
What?
oh boy. I just got kicked out of the spectator.
Wait, are you serious? Well, it looks like I'm gonna watch this myself, I assume, but that's okay. It's okay, that's okay, I'll do it for you, my boy. That was actually really good play, knowing now that Box is still in this and they can actually the best of plays. As you can see now that they're making the decisions after decision. Renekton is in the bot lane, trying to push trying to get some of that lead back to actually.
Alright, I'm back.
Somewhat of a CS difference from the Orange. Looks like Clem will get out as Box is converging on the top side blue jungle. And Jarvan will go into the MF. MF flashes out, but Jarvan uses the counter. MF might go down. MF will go down to the swing. Thresh will flash out to safety. Box finally killing that MF. Finally getting that balance. Huge kill for them. Marco, are you there?
I'm trying again. Like, alright. So I'm back in the game, but it won't let me spectate the most recent last 30 seconds of the stream or of the game.
Well, to
I'm in a
speed you
bad
up
spot,
for
but
that,
anyway, that's not my job.
speed you.
Anyway, going back into the game, that was a great team fight by Box. Realizing that Comsat were out of position, that they couldn't all fight or protect MF, she was just caught out there. A great capitalism by Imperia ensures that Aurora goes down and the shutdown gold goes to Carlos, who is going to be very good in the late game. This is a Swain and not a support. He'll be able to do so much more damage as this game goes on. And this is what I think Box have to keep doing. They have to keep looking for these picks, and they have to keep looking for these fights. Not to mention that stalling the game out longer does go in their favor.
MF now has a 9,000 gold cumulative, just showing how strong she is. You're actually gonna see the swing now walking to her. Went to her, but now just gonna back off. Syndra actually one level above of the MF, but MF now hurts. He actually has a Knight's Edge and a Yomu's Ghost Blade just building off of that lethality. I'm surprised that MF doesn't have a Dust Blade. But Knight's Edge works too actually.
You mean Edge of Night? Well, I think this is
Knight, yeah, oh my god, I am so
good
sorry.
build by
I'm so
MF
sorry,
because-
please don't play me League of Legends Night.
That's alright.
I don't use Edge of Night. I'm sorry, lethality fans.
Anyway, so going into this, I think this is smart from MF. She doesn't really need the Dust Blade because of how far ahead she is, but she needs to stay alive in these fights.
Take a look at bot lane. Syndra stun Rek'Sai and Fresh as they're getting chased. Rek'Sai tunnels into them, but nothing's gonna happen. So that's a 4-4-4 into it. MF is going to ult. Oh, but nothing's gonna happen. There's a lot of disengage. There's a lot of engage have to. Ornn will ult. Rek'Sai actually gets the Syndra with his ulti, but gets it, but takes the life is like in the process. Fresh actually hooks the Syndra. Renexa will get the sway. It looks like, oh my god! That is actually in Comsat's hands. 4-for-2.
An unfortunate fight by Box. I like what Big G did there. He had a great Kiana ult, but because Syndra was dead and Swain was dead, that's all of Box's damage gone. There's no follow-up, and Big G, despite the play, is unable to take it back for Box. An unfortunate turn of events for them. But this is all predicated on that macro play. Look at where Kiana was. She was all the way in top jungle when the fight started. She was nowhere in position to make use of the game, of her ultimate, of that team fight. Yes, she did have a good ult, but in the end, it didn't even matter with how far apart I was. And not even to mention, actually, Imperia was nowhere there in the team fight. He was split pushing top lane. I think
That's true.
Fox definitely could have won this team fight had they had all 5 members in the fight itself.
All 5 members in that match. As we see now that everything is calm for now.
Well, it won't be for long. With a 4,000 gold lead in Comsat's hands and 2 turrets, it's looking more and more like Box may have to pull another magic trick out of their hat.
It's like Eclair pushing that top lane, try to compensate for what's happening now.
Baron is up though and is
Happening
on
now.
the table. I think that if Box are able to get this, they stall the game out even longer. And if they stall out this game out even
That
longer,
is true. That is true. I think Comsat is aware of that too. Although you can see that Box is kind of circling around the Baron pit right now, but looks like Comsat is actually pushing the mid lane. Jarvan to Ornn and the Kiana. are actually behind them. It looks like this is gonna be a fight here. But actually Archie notices as Or gets the ult off. Kiana gets the ult off. Oh, that was a good ult! MF ult is to knock. Vladimir actually gets the jar, but Orange going to go down. It's a 2 Comsat actually getting 2 kills from that. That was well played from Comsat.
Indeed it was. And again, Box had a good team fight in theory, but they did not catch out the misfortune. Big G had an opportunity there to take out the MF and stop her from using her ultimate, but he didn't. And that costed Box the fight. It was so much damage, in fact, that after that combo, Box were just out of the fight. They had nothing left. When your tank gets shredded down in 5 seconds because the enemy ADC is going untouched, you know that you have to change your game plan. And right now, Box definitely, they're gonna have to pull something out. Oh boy.
So I wanted to note that doesn't have an ADR.
That they do not, which doesn't mean that Baron will be tougher.
They don't.
However, this doesn't mean that team points, they might have
That they need to take Baron down. They only have the Syndra and the Kiana, and actually, their Baron thing is actually gonna be really slow because they don't have the attack speed for it. Jarvan's attack speed will not suffice for that. The fact is actually building somewhat AD and somewhat attack, but either way, Comsat can easily answer anytime if Box actually takes the bot. Look here, Thresh trying to compensate, trying to look. If Box is actually there, wants to hook at least one for everything to start. And you can see here, Box is circling now from that dragon. Here we go again. Let's see if they don't make that mistake from last time. It's actually standing on top of a blue ward, so he'll get spotted out there. Rek'Sai will throw that Q out.
Comsat is waiting.
Q out. Kiana is at the red bush. At the buff bush, actually. Let's see what's going to happen here. Rek'Sai actually noticed that as they actually go back, as Syndra actually pushes the mid-tier to turret. Actually, no! Orange actually ults, but he doesn't headbutt it back. But Slazerin actually gets the Jarvan. It's actually a 1-for-1. Thresh getting killed in the process. Box won't have a jungler for this Baron. And Thompson only losing their support for that matter. Actually, oh! Kiana deletes MF with a flash combo. Rek'Sai will get out of there. That was nasty.
The definition of supreme display of talent here coming from Kiana. MF just not expecting and not respecting that his enemy team, that Box, can still do damage. I think at this point, if MF keeps playing like this, they might end up throwing their game. MF, you cannot, you cannot be playing out like that.
Anything can happen in League of Legends. Imagine you're at a 7k gold deficit, you could actually still come back from like that. Actually, the dragon will remain unfazed as everyone resets and goes back to lanes and up to farms. Up to farm, actually. But Comsat is actually circling around that space again. I also want to note that every time that Ornn will upgrade an item from a champion, it actually lowers the gold lead of Comsat, because these Ornn empowered items are actually super strong. And take a note. I want you to take a note on who's actually benefiting from those Orn upgrades. Yeah, actually look at this, look at this, look at this. Jar will get the dragon and Comsat slide. Look, Comsat's team is just obliterated. They get 3 kills off of that. Looks like Bucks will make a comeback of the century if they pull this off. What is Comsat doing?
Comsat with the weirdest play I've ever seen. MF and Brent nowhere in position to do any damage. You saw that MF ult. He was only doing damage on the dragon. All of Box's or all of Comsat's gold was just sitting in the bush doing nothing, waiting for, I guess, with their guns in their hands, doing nothing at all. Now, Box, despite having a slow Baron take, will take this Baron for free. And right now, look at that gold lead. It is dead even.
Yep, that is it. Looks like Box has made a comeback on the gold lead and looks like actually on the game itself. Comsat playing a bit too relaxed at this point, making very weird plays.
They are.
Hooking.
Box playing absolutely well. Playing out of their minds with these games. My god, looking at that wombo combo, it was so good. It was an Orn Horn into the Cataclysm with a supreme display of talent to top it all off.
But look at this, look at this. Look at this, looks like Thresh spots out the Kiana with that movement speed. Kiana's movement speed is not to be messed with. She is one of the fastest champions in the game. It's like Box will convert on that. It looks like Fresh will cut out that Orn, that tanky Orn. Or will go out. Kiana will pop up her ult. And also nothing once again. But looks like Kiana's almost gonna die. Kiana actually gets shot down by the Renekton. But Sindra also goes down with her. Renekton goes down. Thresh goes down. Syndrome gets a triple. Actually, Brand for that matter. Looks like Box will pull out a comeback. What just happened?
And another amazing team fight from Box. Comsat, especially Aurora, looking so lost in that. Their positioning is extremely poor. Remember, Comsat is a front-to-back fighting team. Their damage, or their win condition, is that MF and Brand have to be left alone and able to do free damage on this Box lineup.
Looks like they will get caught out the Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai trying to do something. MF will respond. Thresh will try to do something as the rest of the will respond, but that won't matter. The game is over. Box will win from that comeback. Well played by Box. That is some really great League of Legends right there, my boy. What a game!
What a game indeed. I'm getting SKT EDG vibes here, man. Those team fights, especially late into the game, were so good by Box. They realized that that MF was playing too lax and they clamped on that. They had their jaws locked on how badly Aurora was positioning in those team fights. Every time MF was out of the picture, they go for an engage. And despite going for the 3 tankiest members on Comsat's team, they're able to do so much damage despite it. And it's like it's so much that Comsat, after that initial burst, are unable to answer back.
Yeah, as you can see how we talked about how we actually talked about how
Yeah,
Box's
how Comsat win the early game,
scale up.
but
Yeah,
in the later on, Box do have the advantage because of that Syndra Swain. And we saw it live in action. We saw how actually if we're looking at the items on these players, there is hardly any MR. We have
true.
what? One Mercurial Treads on Renekton, and a Mercury Treads and no Magic Mantle on on Rek'Sai. That is hardly enough to deal with this pretty much mainly AP lineup. You cannot be disrespecting Box like that, especially as the game goes on. But either way, Box played those team fights so amazing. Honestly, if it wasn't for those amazing 5v5s, Kamsa would have just taken this game out of the bag. What are your thoughts?
I mean, look, the way that the way that Box scaled that game was so perfect. They knew that Syndra, when she hit that 2 item mark, they know she's gonna do damage. Same goes with the Kiana. Look at Kiana. She has 3 lethality items and she popped that MF right out of the map. They know that once they have these proc items, they know they can do good. They have the Ornn, they have the Jarvan, they have the initiation, they have everything that they need. Comsa just laid back, knowing that they won the early game, but either way, it fell in the end. Box came back and Box won.
That is true, but don't worry.
Actually,
Comsat isn't out of it yet. They still have one more. They still have one more match going on tonight, though, and it's between
that's true.
LFC and Maya, or is it MEA?
Yeah. Yeah, the next match will be the Loyola Film Circle versus Maya. We will be back. We'll be back in a short bit.
All right. I hope
My apologies, everybody. I forgot to unmute the desktop audio and the mic. So this is actually the first time we're being heard right now. All right, welcome
Hello!
back to ESI 2019 for our last game of the day. We have Loyola Film Circle versus Maya.
If you forgot where we are, I am RJ Santos
All right,
Malamari, and I have with me is
Simon, Julie,
Simon
Ganhase.
Julia. Sorry.
All good, all good.
As we said a while ago, we have some pretty standard bans, Garen, Jarvan, and Pantheon banned
Ooh,
away by the LFC, and
Lee
Maya will
Sin.
ban Yasuo, Quinn, and Kaisa as ooh, Lee Sin. Looks like someone will beat Tian for once.
Let's
If
see
he
if
can
they end up
actually beat.
Tian or Broxa in Worlds. Let's
Oh
see.
yeah. Yeah, the Broxah Lindsay play from last time was so good actually. Let's see they're gonna pick here. Ooh, they're gonna
Ooh,
pick the
Nunu.
Nunu.
Interesting. Let's see where Maya wants to go with this composition right here with their
It all
second
depends on
pick.
who. Nunu plays well with a lot of champions, and he can also make a lot of damage with his ulti. Let's see what Maya wants to pick here.
Looks like they're just taking their time.
Yeah. Ooh, they're gonna get the
Nautilus.
Nautilus.
That's actually very low damage composition already right off the bat with two
Pure tanks.
tanks with
Yeah.
although they do have a lot of CC and if they get to
Ooh.
pile on someone, they're pretty sure gonna get smacked.
They better have some sort of damage out from that soon as LMC will get that Leona, learning from last time. And looks like they might. Oh, they will get the Morgana too. Looks like the CC chain will come quite well for LFC.
So with LFCs locking in two supports, that's another low damage composition, but we'll see how much they can pad up their composition with the two other roles.
And looks like Seraph will be picked
We still don't
for.
know where it's going though.
Fine, I'll just be over here, sharpening my feathers.
Hello, hello.
Hello? Hello?
I am back. I am back. I got disconnected for some unknown reason, but I am back, ladies and gentlemen. I am sorry for the inconvenience.
It's all good, it's all good. We're still in the champ select. Nothing too flashy happening yet. So this is actually really good by Box. Whoa, whoa, whoa. By Maya. By Maya
Maya,
to
Maya.
ban out Kaisa and Saya, the high damage AD carries in this meta. So if LFC wants to pick a traditional AD carry here, they're going to need to pick a more risky damage dealer, maybe like Jinx, Vayne, very high damage but easy to pick out.
Looks like they're gonna ban the Lucian here too.
So they're really
Banning.
running out of AD carries here.
Yeah. Well, they still have the likes of Caitlyn, Vayne, and all Ezreal, and probably the Jin too if they want actual damage. And never mind, Ezreal actually gets banned as well. So that ADR pool will get shortened.
Really, really hard
Let's
actually.
Yeah. So let's see what Anjo will try to pick here. Same goes with LFC.
Alright.
Knowing well, Morgana will be AP, that's for sure. So her Q and her ult will hurt. Oh,
Urgot.
actually, more tank for the side
That's
of
three
Maya.
frontliners for Maya here, but that pretty much confirms that Nautilus or Serath are gonna go bot or mid. So we'll see with their last pick what Anjo wants to put. Oh, I forgot there is the Tristana actually.
Ooh, there's the damage right there.
That is a good source of damage for LFC, but it'll take quite some time for the Tristana to scale up.
Yep, that's true. That's true. And looks like they will hover over that Rumble. We have seen what Rumble can do. What Rumble is capable of. I want to see Predator Rumble actually.
Yeah, but against their composition with so much CC,
Yeah.
Rumble top lane's gonna be so vulnerable from ganks from Urgot and Nunu.
Oh yeah, that is true. Their meaty front line will make it hard for Rumble as NFC don't have much
Wow,
stacks in their arsenal, and
they
looks like
do
Rhea
lock in the
will pick.
Draven.
Yeah, they will lock in the game, and they looks like they will. They're all of their damage levels will rely from long range, especially the Seraph and the Draven. I think Maya will what Maya will do is that they will try to get Draven and Seraph super fed. This is why they have these three big because LFC doesn't have much in turn in terms of fighting, but they can get Tristan as long as they get Tristana. As long as they get Tristana hyped up and doing damage in the back lane, I think they'll be fine.
It also makes Tristana's job pretty hard though, considering how much CC that they have and Serath's reach from the back line. But I think what LFC want to do this game is basically get the Lee Sin to pop off in the early game so that the lanes don't really suffer on their own. Because, I mean, individually, if you look at the lanes, Serath versus Morgana, then you have Draven and Nautilus, a really aggressive bot lane against Tristana, who's not really a good early game champion, and Leona. But wait a second here. Is this mid Tristana? Because he has Ignite.
Oh my god, no way. So who's the bot lane if that's the case?
Morgana and Leona? I
Well, we'll
don't
have to
know.
see it.
Is that
We'll
a
have to see.
error? I'm not sure.
We'll have to what's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll
As
see in a
I
bit.
am getting quite. I don't know what's happening. Wait.
I feel like this game's going to be so team fight heavy from the get-go. With Leona, Morgana, Rumble, and then on the other team you have Nautilus, Urgot, and Nunu. These teams literally just want to run at each other and
Yeah,
try to out-team fight the other team.
that's true. That's true. That's true. As much as possible, Leona will find the picks to the back line where Tristana can jump on. If if Leona will find the Draven and that Sarah, they pretty much have nowhere else to go. But
Especially with Lee Sin, who can just kick carries into the team.
yep, that is true. They
And
should.
it's also worth mentioning how Lee Sin's kick scales off of the HP of who he kicks on. So if he gets to kick a high HP tank like Nunu or Nautilus or Urgot into the carry, that's gonna deal so much damage.
That's true indeed. That's true indeed. Let's
Alright,
talk about how significant Leona and Rumble are going to be because they're going to be the ones who will try to disrupt to try to disrupt the front line of Maya as Lee Sin will try to. Oh, wait a minute. As
so
Lee Sin will try to go into the back line. Actually, I think what I want to see now is the Lee Sin, trying to hide from like Tian, like trying to hide in the bushes, just waiting for that perfect spot to cut out either the Seraph or the Draven.
yeah,
Because once he does that, Leona and Rumble will go all in. That's for sure.
yeah, Leona and Rumble have to go hand in hand with each other, and maybe along with Lee Sin, and Morgana has to do shield duty on the Tristana and peel for her like with the ulti. So if they do get on the Tristana and Tristana dies, then that's really bad for LFC. So okay, we're
Yeah.
heading on in game now. So LFC versus Maya on the Rift.
Yeah, we have to see how LFC will prioritize Tristan because she is the only one who can actually do damage in these fights. It's like, let's see what's going to happen here. I think Tristana might actually go to the mid lane. Might actually go to the mid lane.
Oh,
Actually,
are they gonna find a pick here?
looks like
Oh,
it's so.
Nautilus gets
But
Leona.
let's get the dredge line on the Leona. Jay trying to get away, but Flash E from the Urgot.
Wow. So
Draven
Draven
gets
gets the
first
first blood.
blood on the Leona. He gets the gold
And I think
animation
if I saw that
for that.
right, he did get 20 gold off of his stack there. So
Yeah, he
that's an
got
extra
23
potion
gold out
too.
of that. That was a really good dredge line from the Nautilus. He
Yeah,
caught out the Leona, and Leona can't even do anything. Actually, Leona didn't even use Flash. Only Urgot and Nautilus only use spells there. So Rumble, actually Rumble might know now that. Let's see how Rumble will react to that, knowing that Urgot doesn't have Flash, and let's see how Lee Sin will react to that as well. And it's like, yep, Tristana is in the mid lane, and we have a Morgana Leona
in the
bot
bot
lane.
lane. I see. So double support bot lane. That's pretty smart of LFC because they want to neutralize bot lane. Maybe they're just gonna farm it out while mid lane, Tristana can actually threaten the Leon. Oh,
Look at this stretch line on the Morgana. Morgana will flash out as Nunu just goes by with this big snowball. Looks
that's a
like
double summoners burned for bot lane. That's even more dangerous for the Morgana because she's level 1 and if Mark here can get the dredge line,
up. Looks like another dredge line from the Nautilus will cut Morgana out.
this
Oh my
Nunu
god,
actually
Nautilus
ganks
is just
so
getting
much.
everything at this point.
If you go back a bit 5 seconds, Nunu actually ganked mid lane to get Tristana's flash. So this Nunu has actually been doing so much for Maya, burning so many summoners across mid and bot for the first 2 minutes.
Wow, looks like Maya is really on LC's butt right here as he's go as the Nuno is just going everywhere on the map. I won't be surprised if he actually go to top lane right now, which actually he might do. And
Oh,
here
there
it
it
is.
is.
Look at
That's a
that
snowball.
snowball.
Oh, Urgot's
Urgot
going in.
actually caught out the rumble. Here comes the snowball. Rumble flashes out. 3 members of LFC flashless, all because of one snowball. Well played by Maya.
Yeah, Maya actually did so well to get flashes from all of the lanes. Mid, bot, and top. So it'll be so easy for these lanes to just threaten their lane opponent. Just maybe look for some kills in the early game. It's
Yes, you can
pretty.
see her.
Oh,
Here we go again. Here we go again, but he will not go into the lane, and he just pops out that little snowball of his. RPG making his presence known throughout the map.
and it's pretty sad that Lee Sin's only been able to get one camp more than the Nunu in that time. Compared to
Yep.
burning 3 flashes across the 3 lanes.
Yeah, so yeah, in terms of map presence, and there's a map presence. We already know that RPG already won in that matter. He already went to every single lane in the fastest way possible at just level 3. Like, that's already amazing.
True.
Now he can make more. Now once he backs, he can actually make more plays now with the Nautilus in hand.
With Infernal Drake spawning first, that's actually a big thing to contest for the Nunu if he can get it early. especially that he finished his Skirmisher Saber, which allows him to take jungle camps way easier.
Oh, that's true. You can see now that normal laning phases now are going on. We're on Rumble warding that bush so that you can see that there are pinks now coming through for Maya to go to that Infernal Drake like you said. It's like they will get that actually, and LFC might not contest it after all. Lee Sin is at the top side
We
of the
don't
map
really
and
have
it
an
will be a free
option to,
dragon for Maya.
because bot lane has priority. They can just easily take dragon for free. And if you look at the top lane, Urgot actually went on a pretty greedy build, going Cull after he bought his corrupting potion, which is pretty insane to me. How he can just get away with that this early, and that's because of the early songs. Oh, a 3-man!
Oh,
Oh!
a 3-man looks like Kasada will get away from that with a rocket jump, but
Wow!
actually he kills RPG in the process with the E! Well played, sir! Flapfrags getting a kill there despite the 3-man guy. What a play.
Yeah, the Nautilus whiffing his dredge line there was pretty crucial for Tristana to get away and get the last tick of damage to get Nunu to fall.
Well played there by Flapfrags, as he might also be the saving grace as the score is now tied, but Mayan has a 1k gold lead on
Yeah,
the matter too.
and that's
So
mainly in part because if you look at the individual CS differences, Serath is actually above 17 farm, which is basically 1 kill. And Draven is above 35, 36 farm already. And that's like 2 to 3 kills. So their bot lane is actually so ahead.
let's also not forget the fact that Draven actually got the first blood in this game. And
True.
knowing that now he has wait, I can't he has 193 adoration stacks. Once he gets a kill, that lead is just going to go farther and farther.
Yeah, so Draven actually is ahead by 1,200 gold against the Morgana. So a lot of the gold lead that Maya has right now is in the hands of this Draven. Oh, Leona's level 6 and Lee Sin's pretty nearby. So let's see if they'll try to make a play in the bot lane.
Yep. Looks like he's in there, but he will get spotted out by that ward though.
Yeah, you can see Maya already retreating backwards because they know somebody could be nearby. If you
Yeah,
see
but
top
look at
lane,
this. No, he's actually on top lane. He actually wants to get that rumble again. He is flashless. He will get it, but actually, no. His flash actually goes back. Wait, back in from the Urgot. He will get chopped
that's so
by
well
his
played.
ultimate. That was well played, sir.
Maya bringing 3 people top lane to punish the pushed up rumble right there. And now Urgot can get an even bigger farm lead than the rumble without teleport right now.
That is true, sir. Let's look at it now. Maya is literally all over the map, courtesy of RPG, for that matter. It's like we will be seeing him again in one of these lanes eventually.
If you look at the kill participation, although there are only 2 kills right now, it's pretty spread between the 3, between Urgot and Serath. Then
Yep.
their bot lane is that, I think that's still from the kill from First Blood.
Ooh. Nautilus missing the dredge line on the Lee Sin. He was spotted out by a ward in the bottom side river. As you can see here, that Nunu and Seraph will take this blue buff away from Lee Sin. Removing all of his resources as Tristana with that E will proc a third plate for her. But you got to remember that you can see that Leon is actually roaming to the mid lane.
Yeah, and the reason why Nunu and Serath actually got to steal the blue buff there was because their bot their bot lane spotted Lee Sin in the river, which stopped his recall and stopped him from getting to blue early. Oh, Lee Sin
See
spotted
here
by a
that.
ward.
Yep. Looks like they will have a little skirmish right here. Looks like Lee Sin will kick him away, but Seraph is here. He will. Thank you. Looks like Urgot is here too. He will flash away on the wall, but oh, he will
Oh
get
wow!
ulted. Nice one! He will get shot. Urgot is now 2-0. Well played by the Seraph as well.
The
You
double snipe.
when the Arcane Comet hit, that was enough for Urgot to press R. Ooh, Tristana will get some punch from that Seraph.
Oh wait,
But wait,
the
look at
bot
here.
lane's
Looks like
actually
Leon.
playing it
Looks
so
like
poorly.
bot lane overextended. Wait, how did that land? How did that land? Never mind that. Nunu will get the Morgana, but Leona got a double kill out of that one. Nunu will get away, knowing that Tristana is now here. Looks like Angel and MSY overextended, which gave Leona 2 kills. But at least RPG was there to clean everything up.
That's actually so good for LFC because they deny Draven the adoration stacks to push his lead even further earlier on. So well played by LFC to deny them from pushing the lead really hard that early.
Yeah, but Ateneo will answer back by getting this mountain drain of theirs. Even completing that bloodthirster with 100 CS from the 41 of Morgana actually. You can see that. The goal lead is still in Maya's favor. Around
2.5k.
3k. Yeah, 2.5k.
There's
But we
just
can
no
still
way.
see how LFC can also come back from this. As long as they don't give Draven or Seraph the ability to poke them to damage them enough for the front lines to engage.
Draven finishing his Bloodthirster early is actually pretty problematic for LFC because they don't really have too much damage right now, and with that thick shield from Bloodthirster, it's going to be even harder for them to take down this Draven.
Rumble looks like he tried to ult the Urgot as Tristana and Lee Sin will go convert to top lane, but he will fail as Urgot safely walks to his turret. And it looks like Maya will answer back. Here comes the Nunu with a big snowball, but he realizes that they are free.
Oh
As
wait,
LFC know where the two are, but wait, look at this. Urgot still went back. He will try to fight the Rumble, but he will go down in the process. Lee Sin getting that kill. What was Urgot thinking?
I don't think they knew that Lee Sin and Tristana were just waiting in the wings right there. Oh,
Yeah, they have 0 wards actually. So that makes sense.
yeah, so that equalizes the top lane a bit. Their farm is pretty even. And Rumble getting pressure in this phase of the game will allow him to get his power spikes early. Oh,
The bot lane, Morgana actually also looks like Draven will get to hard at the Raging Stacks and oh wait, never mind. Nautilus will get the kill on Leona. But aside from that, looks like bot gets 2 kills off of that one. Nautilus getting Morgana off guard. Looks like, and look at this, Seraph taking pop on the Tristana. One more hit will do the trick. Here comes Nunu to answer back as well.
oh!
Oh, never mind. Bot lane tier 1 turret will go down for Maya.
But
Well
still,
played,
that's a
well
4K
played by the
gold
bot lane,
lead.
Maya, by the way.
Looks like Mei is actually gonna send their bot lane up now, so that's going to deny the Rumble even more farm.
Further, yeah. Yep. This is some really competitive League of Legends. Like, we're just watching Worlds. Bot lane going top lane after literally obliterating the bot lane. Then just rotating around the map. Some good old League of Legends.
So Draven's actually gonna... So actually pretty close to finishing IE with BF Sword
Yeah.
and Pickaxe. Oh wait,
This Rumble is caught out. Always got at least he will find the Nautilus. He will find the kit, but they won't kill. The Nautilus actually RPG will kill the Lee Sin. Organ will kill the Leona. Seraph will kill the Rumble. Tristana answering back, but that's all that she wrote. It's 4-4-2 in favor of Maya. Draven actually getting a kill there as well.
yeah,
What a
that
fight.
basically just makes it even worse for LFC here. Now they can take mid turret and probably get Rift Herald after.
Yep, they will grab Rift Herald for them. What a play by Maya, answering the calls and picking their fights well. Rumble actually tried to section them up with his ulti, but that didn't happen because LFC actually focused on the Nautilus. And that was spelled bad news for them. As they now get the Rift Herald, and I assume that they will use it on top lane at this point.
They might just wait for a better opportunity since top lane's already about to get destroyed anyway. So maybe after a successful team fight, Maya can actually speed up the game even faster with the Rift Herald.
As you can see here, they're paying now. The next Drake is an Infernal Drake once again, just benefiting Maya and their two damage dealers and the Draven. Draven as actually Urgo's actually some of the damage here too. They actually first built Death's Dance.
Oh, they're finding a
Look
pick
at
on the
this.
Rumble.
They caught out the Rumble. Rumble used the ultimate. Hero stabs him with 0, but Urgo will pull him in. Ulti from Leona won't do anything.
Oh, Tristana's free hitting.
Just got out, but never mind. Look at Tristana. She's just taking pouches from the back line. And it's actually 2-4-3 in favor of LFC.
But look at Draven in the top lane.
Ooh, yeah. Looks like that was happening. It's actually a 4v5. 4v5. Draven just taking. Oh, look at the ulti. Wait, that won't do anything. Yep. Wait, unless. No, wait. Actually, went back. So that Drake will go to
LFC.
LFC. Yeah.
Alright, so that's... The Tristana's actually getting pretty fed on the side of LFC here. Although he's still
Yep.
behind in farm. And let's look at the gold values real quick. And Draven's actually ahead by 2,000 gold on this Tristana. So even though Tristana scales way better than the Draven, we'll still have to see if the Tristana can actually make a difference in the later stages of the game.
I'm sorry, I just drank my medicine. Anyways, while that was happening, the Rift Herald was actually summoned at bot lane and actually got the tier 2 turret of LFC. So some gold actually went to Maya for that matter. As you can see now that they're actually pushing and pressuring the mid lane.
And with a Mountain Drake, that actually makes it scary for LFC because with a fed Draven and a Nunu, you can actually take Baron pretty fast with this composition.
Sorry. Okay, let's see here. Looks like Maya will come down for now, just taking all of the resources that LFC has in their jungle. LFC can't do anything for that matter. Tristana now has to literally pop off, knowing that she's 3-0-4, much like that Faker game that we saw in the first day of Worlds.
Yeah, but that game, Faker actually did so much in the early game and led his team to victory. So let's see if Lap Frags here can do the same thing for LFC.
That's true, that's true. It looks like Orgot is actually pressuring the bot lane now onto that inhibitor turret in this series. Actually a 4-1 setup as Draven is actually taking more resources out of LFC's hands. Sarah just taking pop shots. It looks like Draven also ulti just to. That looks like that also.
Oh,
ulti.
that
He might
damage!
get the Morgana, but the heal pops off. Morgana will be fine.
But that's all they
LFC
need to take
with their
another tower in
backs
the mid lane.
behind the wall. It looks like they will go for
For the
Baron
Baron.
now.
There it is. The early Baron with Nunu and Mountain Drake with a fed Draven.
Yep.
It goes down so incredibly fast too. LFC can't even respond to this. They just have to take it and just
Hope for the
see
best.
Maya just extending their gold lead really, really far. Almost 10k gold ahead now.
I agree with you with that. Maya just taking this game right off of LFC's hands. The Draven is getting 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 stronger and stronger by the minute as he grows. With now that he has completed an IE9 and he also has a BF sword.
He basically
Sarah,
has 3 BF swords.
yeah, exactly. Also we don't have to take the equation out of knowing that how much damage he can do despite him not getting a lot of kills. Actually, if you can see, he out of the 12 kills that Maya has, he has 9 of them. That's how important he is to the team.
Yeah, for the most part, Serath has just been ulting from afar and just helping Maya secure these kills from a safe distance, where LFC can't even fight back.
Yeah, his kiting ability is really one of the strongest in the game. Just look at him queuing and just taking puck shots out. His puck shots out.
They even had to waste the
Oh, the
Rumble
health
ulti
bar.
here just to wave
Yeah,
clear for a bit.
Yeah, Rumble just using the equalizer just for wave clear.
But look at this. If you actually look at the Urgot's build, he actually went full damage with Death's
Oh
Dance
my
and Bork.
god. I think they already knew once. Oh no, Xerath ulti! He actually nearly gets the Tristana!
Oh!
Wait, that was the Morgana actually. I'm sorry, I was blind. He actually gets the Morgana out of that. That was amazing. Flash E from the Urgot. They're trying to get more. Except they just get the inhibitor. Morgana is just super squishy at this point.
Because he built full
Well
armor for the
played.
Draven.
Yeah, and I see that there is no MR on the side of LFC, aside from the Leona who has a Solar, but oh!
There it is.
Stretch line from Nautilus getting the Tristana.
LFC's damage is gone.
Yep. Yep, what can LFC do? Draven is still alive, their entire team is still alive for that matter, with the Baron buff. I think they're looking to end. Look at that damage! From Sarah! You can see now that they're just pressuring all of the lanes. It might be GG from this point on. They're now going to the bot side, going to the bot lane. Equalizer from the Rumble won't do anything. That's just for wave clear.
Looks like they're gonna get all 3 inhibitors at 24 minutes.
Wow, all of these games have been. Oh wait, no, 3 of the 4 games actually. But this is actually another one-sided game. You're not actually going to fight the game, but that won't happen. Paper Cups will kill the Tristana.
Valiant
look at
effort from the
this.
Tristana.
Orgot
Oh, the
will
double
catch
fear?
some more. Ghana, he will catch up the Legion too. He will get a double. Fall
That's an
to there
ace.
As well. Rumble will live, but he will live to see his Nexus fall. GG well played. Maya will stand victorious. tonight.
All right, that was a pretty fast game. 14K gold lead, 25 minutes. A Fed Draven and a full AD Urgot. That pretty much sums up just how snowbally this game was, and that's thanks to Nunu's early three ganks across bot, mid, then top.
Yep. Nunu's mobility in the early game and his map presence all over the map. Knowing that he is one of those really chunky champions wherein if you give him the chance to respond to the lanes and up, giving his carries the kills that they need for them to scale up during the as the game goes along. You know that Nunu's mission is already done at this point. Look at the Draven. He is 4-1-8. He has 3 items. He even has the third highest damage leader in the game. Next third from Seraph and Urgot. Seraph actually having the most damage in the game. You can see that how important the tanks are in this game.
Yeah, but if you look at the gold graph, the Draven actually farmed up so much with 216 farm and 4 kills on his belt with a 13k gold total. Definitely way more than even two members in LFC combined.
Yep, that's the power of the Draven. Once you give him the kills, it's actually practically over. And also we have to point out the Nautilus actually with those dredge lines really helping the Draven out in catching those kills. Along with the Seraph and his on point abilities, which actually leads the Draven to just shut them down with one axe.
Yeah, basically, Maya just played much better here as a team, especially when they went for the successful three-man gank top lane to shut down the Rumble, who was 0-3 at the end of the game. Even though Rumble would have been a very important piece in their team fighting puzzle because he basically would deal the most damage during team fights. But since he was out of commission, LFC just fell flat on their face.
I agree with that, and that concludes all of our games today. We have seen how these Ateneo organizations know and play League of Legends very very well. We have seen many plays and many big talents actually. You have seen in all of these games how well they play League of Legends, how how they were able to play the map and play their champions super well.
Yeah, even though these teams probably had very little time to scrim and practice, they gave us a pretty good fight today, especially in the box and Compsat game. That was very entertaining to watch, with Compsat getting a pretty big lead early, but they still couldn't close out the game. Then you had games like this one where it was just basically a stomp on one side.
I I agree. You can see how well they think throughout the entire game and how well they take advantages as well. You saw in these 3 out of 4 games of how one sided the games are, how they know their advantages, how they play well through those advantages.
Yeah, so without uh, extending it any further, that basically wraps up today's game. So
Yep.
before we head out, we just like to shout out the Campus Esports Development Organizations event called Nexus. So it's an expo celebrating collegiate esports at the FEU IT Gymnasium in Moraita. So if anyone's interested in going, just contact our page, read our spiel here in our stream, which flashes by every couple 10 seconds. And if anyone's interested in going, just contact us and we can actually provide a discount code for you to go to the event this December.
Okay, so on behalf of me, Julie, Kellogg, and Vandal, we would like to thank you all for watching these games. We will actually see you tomorrow for the next set of games. Good night.
All right. GG. Good night.